Oh, I just got it.
Say it.
You can't, if it started, okay, let's say that Oscar cheated on me and got with this woman and then they got together. She would know in the back of her mind that he cheated on me. I hope she realizes she's not about that.
Yeah,
like he could possibly cheat on her too.
Yeah, like you're cheating with somebody in a relationship and they're willing to cheat on that person, so
why wouldn't they cheat on you?
OKBaby.
OKBaby.
She's having a baby today. I tried vlogging a little bit, but I couldn't vlog, guys.
I'm so excited to get home to the kids.
I need to pick what I'm gonna wear because we're gonna do our gender reveal video today.
Game night! Who's excited?
If I'm not married in 5 years, I will go find myself somebody who wants to marry me today.
Today is finally the day that I proposed to Kyra and Oscar.
We're a family. We're a unit. This right here is what a team looks like. Sure, we fight. Sure, we argue. Sure, sometimes we don't want to hang out with each other. Kyra broke up with me.
Nobody cheated. Nobody
Feelings were hurt though.
Oscar alluded to her cheating on him, and a lot of people are saying that she did.
But can you please clarify that I wasn't cheating?
Nobody gets angrier than someone being accused of something they actually did.
They were cheating behind Oscar's back.
Subconsciously, I really was self-sabotaging almost, or trying to get you to break up with me so it wasn't me. I don't even know.
So Kyra not only ruined that engagement and that relationship, but she ruined her own relationship.
Yes, it didn't work out ideally.
I get that based off of the things that have been said and based off of even things that are true, that maybe I'm not somebody that you resonate with anymore.
How do you feel about Kyra's new boyfriend?
It's just weird because of who it was.
The world of family vlogging is more harmful than any other genre on YouTube. Parents turn the camera on their personal lives, exposing their children's most intimate moments for clicks, views, money, and fame, often before those kids are even old enough to understand what the internet is. But what happens when the parents behind the camera could still be considered kids themselves?
Once again, we want to show our appreciation and tell you guys that it means so much to us that you subscribed and you watch our channels, and I really honestly feel like I know you guys on such a different level than being our subscribers.
Picture this. It's your senior year of high school when you meet a cute boy, and after a few dates you quickly form a deep bond. Between a flurry of homework and the stress of an uncertain future, it's your first real relationship, and the rush of teenage love floods your developing brain and your guard drops. A few months pass, and on a chilly Monday morning in homeroom, the first period bell rings, but something feels off. Nausea, cramps, and that's when it hits you. You've missed your cycle for a second month in a row. Your mind races sitting through class with the truth sinking in. You might be pregnant, and you're just a teen. After school, you rush to the local pharmacy to buy a pregnancy test. Your heart is pounding, and you can't believe your eyes when 2 lines appear on the stick in your hand. Suddenly, tomorrow's math test doesn't matter, and senior prom feels like a cosmic joke. You're 18 years old, and your life feels over before it's even begun. Days go by, your thoughts spiraling endlessly, and your boyfriend finally corners you, wondering why you've been avoiding him. So you take a deep breath and tell him that you're pregnant and keeping the baby. As shock washes over his face, you both realize that this relationship is no longer just a high school romance, it's now a lifelong commitment with the highest stakes on the line. Overwhelmed, you feel like there's no choice but to drop out of school just months before graduation, watching your friends cross the stage and head off to a new life while you prepare for motherhood in the hometown you always dreamed of escaping. And just when it all feels too impossible to bear, your boyfriend sits you down with the perfect solution to all your problems, starting a family vlog YouTube channel together. And that's when the real nightmare begins. And this is what we know. Oh, hi there. Hello, hello, hi. It's my face again. If you're seeing me for the first time, welcome. My name is Swoop, and I'm a documentary filmmaker, commentary creator, and I make what we call Swoop docs on complex stories, true crime, and social media influencers who abuse their power and manipulate audiences because, as I always say, it's not drama, it's dangerous. We are the community of critical thinkers, so hit subscribe. We are on the road to 1 million critical thinkers and blah, 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 blah. Look, friends, okay, I could sit here and do the rest of my intro, or I could finally share the big news. Y'all have been asking me about this, so before we dig into the story, as promised, the new merch drop is finally here. Introducing the Worthy collection. She has finally arrived and you can grab your pieces right now in the Swoop shop linked below. I am so obsessed with this collection. I think like literally this might be my all-time favorite collection. And the new Cesspool Season 2 merch drop has also dropped and you can get all of your pieces right now. Quick little minute story time about the story behind the artwork. This was originally inspired by my short film Worthy that I released a few years ago. We have been hand designing all of the artwork for our drops for every single collection and it is so special to me. I think one thing that I've struggled the most with in my life is self-doubt. Like I can be so critical of myself and convince myself that I'm worthless, that I'm a failure, that no matter what I do, no matter how I show up for the world, that it's just never good enough. So I made this collection to remind myself and like literally anyone who sees this, anyone who reads this, that you are worthy even when you don't feel like you are. So on the front we have my custom designed word worthy. Of course I had to do a very unique spelling, okay? Because we do nothing normal around here. And what I love is anytime you look at yourself in the mirror when you're wearing this, you're reminded that you're worthy. Can we talk about the back? This has me in a literal chokehold. I think this is my favorite artwork that we have ever created. We're spreading positivity, people. We designed this skeleton that is just sitting with yourself, looking at your own reflection and thinking about who you are. And I feel like so oftentimes I have to wear a mask, right? We put on this mask. And so that's what the purple gown, this beautiful dress represents. It's that wearing of that mask, that thing to make us look like, oh, see, look, I've got it all together. Everything is fine, everything's good. And you know, so oftentimes I've realized that because I would get so caught up in like having to kind of fake it for everyone else and not honor how I was really feeling, particularly when I was struggling, you know, then I would look at myself in the mirror and I couldn't even recognize that like, oh no, I am worthy even when I don't feel like it, even when things are really hard. And so it says at the top, something that I try to remind myself constantly is that even when I think I'm not, I am worthy. Even when I think I'm not, that you are, that we all are worthy. I want you to be confident that you can look in the mirror and know that something beautiful is looking back at you. So that's the story behind the design. So we have 3 brand new colorways. We've got this gorgeous sage, my new obsession smoke, which I basically like smoke is the new black and I am so obsessed. These are hands down the softest, coziest, buttery smooth hoodies that we have ever had. It's our premium heavyweight collection. So it is a touch thicker and more plush, and I just live my life in these. And by popular demand, I brought back our vintage wash hoodie. This is one of the pieces from the Valid collection in a new colorway called Stone. I am gagged. And of course, we can't forget the new Cesspool Season 2 collection, which also just dropped. So you can tap my link to grab your pieces from the Worthy and the Cesspool collections. And again, thank you so much for supporting me as a small-owned, woman-owned business. I can't tell you how much your support means to me. And please do tag me in your orders if you'd like to on Instagram so I can reshare you. And when you get your pieces, please tag me in your outfit photos. I love sharing you on my Instagram stories. And I cannot wait for you to get your hands on these pieces. I know that you will love them as much as I do. Okay, thank you for letting me gush a little bit about the collection. Y'all know I spent a lot of time on here, so I'd like to give you a little breakdown. And now we'll jump into our sponsor and then the story. Okay, real quick before we dive in, shh, can you hear that? The sound of whisper silence. That silence is about to become your new best friend, my dear. Since we're all grown folks, here's a spicy question. Have you treated yourself lately? Because if you haven't, honey, it's the holidays. You deserve it. Which is why I am so excited for today's sponsor, Bellesa. My friends at Bellesa and I are literally sending out free toys to everyone who signs up for my giveaway. Literally everyone who signs up wins a free Whisper Vibe or a free Rose suction toy with any Whisper purchase. Now, y'all have heard me gush about how much I love Bellesa, the #1 place for all things personal wellness, like Miss Rose here. You know the adorable Rose suction toy, the #1 viral TikTok toy that's taken the world by storm, and with good reason. Look how cute she is. I love her so much, and I love her so much. And honey, I need to share something so wild with you. I've literally never seen or heard anything like this. You will be shocked. So the first collection of silent toys are here. Bellesa just dropped the Whisper collection, the world's first silent toys. Listen. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on. And it's literally on right now. Do you hear that?
Exactly. You hear nothing.
Whisper, quiet, whisper, quiet. Now they're a little spicy. I can't show them here, okay? So you'll just have to take my word for it and click through and see what they look like.
It's crazy. Wait, let me go faster. Like, I can't hear anything. It's totally silent.
Alessa's new Whisper tech line makes sure you never need to choose between power and discretion.
Okay, now I'm gonna turn this one on. And it's on. Do you hear it? Because I don't.
The toys are so luxurious and aesthetic and pack a serious punch. They're powerful, but somehow completely quiet. You can finally enjoy your personal wellness without waking up the entire house. But there's the Whisper Bullet with 5 speeds. It is so tiny, you literally can't hear anything. There's the Whisper Rabbit and Whisper Vibe, which both have 2 speeds, and they are so soft. Just like the Rose toy, it's just, oh my gosh. Adorable Discreet is made of 100% body-safe silicone. She fits perfectly in the palm of your hand and has 10 different modes. The audacity. I love it. It's a collection so stealth, so satisfying, which is also how they ship to your door, like a stealth rabbit. Seriously, the packaging is completely discreet, so you can shop with confidence and privacy. I'm telling you, friends, do not miss out on this huge giveaway. Tap my link in the description and grab your free toy and enjoy, because you deserve it, honey. Okay, back to the doc.
Welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra. I actually have a daily vlogging channel with my boyfriend, but I decided to separate my channel from the daily vlog channel. So if you guys have already seen me on that, or that video brought you here, then hi.
To begin this chaotic and unsettling journey, let's travel back to a very specific era of internet culture, 2015, a time when no one could agree on the color of a black and blue dress. The only viral dance was the whip and nene, and an iconic shark sharing the Super Bowl stage with Katy Perry was the funniest thing humanity had ever seen. Little did they know. So this era also marked the infamous rise of family vloggers on YouTube, and amidst the noise, one family vlogging channel stood out for its unique origins. OKBaby, created by high school sweethearts Kyra Sievertson and Oscar Morales, just 18 and 19 years old at the time, found themselves navigating the life-changing reality of teen pregnancy. And these baby-faced parents turned to YouTube to document the whole journey in an attempt to make a living.
Oscar stayed up, I didn't mention, but Oscar stayed up until 6 a.m. editing last night, and then only slept till like noon, so he only got like 6 hours of sleep, but your body's gonna be used to that.
When we look at the broader context, it's really no surprise why they may have decided to start a YouTube channel as opposed to a more standard, high school entry-level job. Having a baby can be extremely expensive, and at the same time, family vloggers were some of the most watched channels on the platform, pulling in millions of views and millions of dollars. Plus, if you think about it, like becoming a rich and famous influencer was the most sought-after job among teenagers at the time, who kind of like made up the core demographic of most, online fandoms back in the day. And yes, I know referring to 2015 as back in the day sounds really weird. That was only like 10 years ago, but the controversy this YouTube couple packed into in the past 10 years kind of feels like it could span a lifetime.
Are you ready to taste test, girl?
Yes, I'm ready.
It's just weird because of who it was. Truthfully, if she dated anybody else, I wouldn't care.
So with Oscar and Kyra's first baby on the way, the family vlogger route was a chance for them to simultaneously escape from and capitalize on the exhausting challenges of teen pregnancy, which is a deeply complex circumstance that we're gonna dig into shortly. And I will say, like, there is place for, obviously, content, parenting, family vlogging. Again, in my opinion, as long as it doesn't focus on the kids, like showing them, filming them constantly. I don't want to just like make all parents or parents to be feel like they can't, do family content. I think there's a lot that could be beneficial to people watching and learning. But again, when you center all of the content on the kids and the kids' faces and all of that, they can't consent to it, then that's when it becomes a problem. Now, on May 17th, 2015, Kyra and Oscar gave birth to the OKBaby YouTube channel and posted their first vlog, kickstarting a chain reaction of performing their lives on a public stage for the better part of a decade. Within just 2 years, OKBaby amassed over 1 million subscribers, which is not an easy thing to do, becoming one of YouTube's most successful family vlogging channels. Viewers became intimately intrigued by the couple's unfiltered family life and the love Oscar and Kyra shared on camera. That is until 7 years later when their family was torn apart by scandal, deception, and the pressure of the spotlight, all kind of culminating in this super viral, very just alarming breakup video that the internet deemed the worst breakup video ever posted, which is like, that is an achievement if you think about it.
This is a family vlog channel that did the standard YouTuber thing where it's we broke up, but this one did it in such an uncomfortable way because it's very clear that this was a one-sided breakup.
The infamous video, along with 7 years worth of family vlogs, has recently been deleted from their channels as they both try to distance themselves from their, kind of naive, teenage-fueled romance that ended in absolutely unhinged disaster. Seriously, y'all are not ready for how messy this shit.
Unfortunately, a lot of that stuff is inaccurate.
But again, we've covered the dark and dangerous world of family vloggers extensively in several Swoop docs, whether it be, the horrific downfall of Ruby Franke's 8 Passengers, the resilient Jenkins, or Micah Stouffer, to name a few. And while Oscar and Kyra of OKBaby may have seemed like, the wholesome, fun, teen parent alternatives to the chaos, the reality is, as Sherry Franke bravely said, there's no such thing as an ethical family vlogger.
I want to be clear that there is never, ever a good reason for posting your children online for money or fame. There is no such thing as a moral or ethical family vlogger.
Beneath the, teen pregnancy narrative, a very complex one, it was clear, in my opinion, that they were eventually also exploiting their children's lives for clicks, views, and fame.
Good morning, guys. I'm pretty stressed out. Today is a day that I've been dreading. I know these two are gonna hate today as well. It is the day that they go to the doctors in over a year, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna get vaccines.
So over the course of 7 years of family vlogs, Oscar and Kyra had 4 kids, and basically no moment was off limits. So fan-fuck-tastic, you know how much I love that. Among gender reveals and challenge videos, their kids' most private moments were broadcasted to millions for engagement and money. From births to breakdowns, every milestone, tantrum, and accident became monetized content, again, without their kids' ability to consent to literally any of it.
Hi, mister, you look so cute today. Yeah? Ooh, was that water?
You happy, Mama.
As I mentioned earlier, the entire OKBaby channel has been wiped clean, like a spotless diaper change. But we found a channel that's re-uploaded a good amount of their vlogs and the salacious titles that they used to draw viewers in with. So a few of their choice, most opportunistic titles included things like, quote, his first potty training accident, she fell down the stairs, not clickbait, and our toddlers get 9 shots. They kind of illustrate the painful clickbait that made this channel into the massive success that it was. And as adorable as they were, the kids, ranging from newborns to toddlers, unknowingly became the main focus of the channel, with absolutely no say in how much of their lives were made public. Because infants can't even speak yet. Now, we've talked about this 100 times and I'll keep talking about it. This kind of exploitation is incredibly dangerous, in my opinion. It's the parents' job to protect their children, and posting them online exposes them to a wide variety of harm, both short-term and long-term. Remember, the internet is forever, especially as there really aren't any firm regulations nationwide about how to protect the kids, how to, pay them, who sets their work hours, because yes, this is a job, and so much more. It's a very messy dynamic.
First, family vlogging is an alluring business that can bring high revenue. For my family, it became the primary source of income, as is often the case with most full-time family vloggers. Many child influencers are paid for their work, as I was, and this money has helped me in my adult life. However, this payment was usually a bribe. For example, we'd be rewarded $100 or a shopping trip if we filmed a particularly embarrassing moment or an exciting event in our lives.
Now, even though I'm going to blur the kids' faces, every OKBaby vlog centered on the kids' fully visible, unblurred faces as Oscar and Kyra documented each stage of their lives, essentially forcing them to grow up on camera. The channel is literally called OKBaby, with, like O for Oscar and K for Kyra, and the baby.
Anytime you bring up Lucky Charms, it's game over. He's all in.
Now, once they were able to monetize the vlogs, it's just all hands on chaos. It seemed like a best case setup for two new parents, right? They both had the privilege of staying home from a standard 9-to-5 job, which allowed them to make more babies. Bring on the babies, bring on the bucks, the content bucks, baby.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you very much for my ring. I want to show them, look.
Oh yeah. She's gonna swipe it real quick. Hurry up and focus before they swipe it.
On my face.
There we go. Beautiful.
It's so pretty. I love it.
Going through the archive of all these videos, don't recommend, but here we are. I can't help but think about how much of their relationship was performative for their vlogs, even if it wasn't consciously fake, because maintaining a romantic relationship and running a business on camera both take serious work. And when that relationship becomes the foundation of the business itself, the lines between love and performance can blur very fast. We have to remember they were also teenagers. So their brains were literally still developing and lacking the mental tools, in my opinion, to separate their private relationship from the one that they shared on camera. I mean, most adults can't figure that shit.
Good morning, guys. We're starting off our day at the aquarium. And little Levi over here is getting ready to pet the iguanas, dude.
So with complete control over their edits, it's hard to imagine they included like any footage that revealed truly unfiltered friction in their relationship that may have been going on behind the scenes. Still, over the years, many fans called out Kyra for what they believed to be countless moments of being mean to Oscar, who often came across as, kind of like the upbeat, glass half full, like the ignorance is bliss type of boyfriend and father. Maybe a little weaponized incompetence there. We'll get into that a little bit later.
How would you say it, Maesh?
What are you doing? Go turn around like you're gonna leave.
Why?
Because I'm gonna leave.
Oh, Debbie. You see, guys?
Oh, turn off the camera.
This is how Kyra really feels about me all the time.
Baby.
We're not supposed to say that on camera. We're gonna go out today. Hey, with my mini buggy.
We're going clubbing. What? Man?
What?
Oh.
Kyra wants to leave me and go clubbing?
With some other guy.
Sometimes Kyra was even seen hitting him on camera.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, Oscar, really? Are you that stupid? Look.
Oh. Yeah, and then more jumping on the bed. No more monkeys jumping up.
Oscar, seriously.
No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
No, the bed's gonna be messed up. Do you know how much this bed was? You just ruined it. You just broke it.
Wait, so
And then there's the shocking clip from a live stream where Kyra used similar harmful, threatening language towards her son.
He's like, real earned money. Hey, Levi, I will kick your ass on camera. Not okay. Go to your room. No, you can wait a whole 2 minutes.
With that hostile, alarming parenting style literally being projected on camera, again, I know it's just a little glimpse, it's just a little snapshot. It doesn't mean it's all the time or everything. We just have a little bit of context and we have to keep that in mind. Kyra was more open about being mean to Oscar on camera than her kids. And again, think about it. They were willing to film this or, live stream it and put it online. And so it's kind of like what the hell was maybe going on behind closed doors.
I'm not even close to done yet.
I literally don't know whether to just walk away. Or box kick you in the nose.
Now, one key peculiar aspect of Oscar and Kyra's relationship is that they were actually never married, despite sharing a home and raising 4 children together. Now, obviously, okay, listen. Obviously, marriage isn't a prerequisite for, all healthy relationships, certainly not. But it was something Kyra openly wanted and often discussed on camera. But for Oscar, his priorities always seemed focused on his pride, or, as I prefer to call it, kind of that classic ingrained insecurity around financial stability, kind of the thing of like, oh, no, we have to be financially stable before we get married. And it's like, exactly how do we square that logic when you're willing to have 4 children? Because that's going to be a lot more expensive than getting married. But I'm just saying.
I'm trying to say is, we already have our life together. We already own a house together. We have all this commitment together. We have kids together, you know what I mean? What is the point of having a piece of paper tell us that we're married?
We want to celebrate our love.
Getting financially stable is more important than a ceremony.
And I agree. However, I do not want to be engaged for 5-10 years. there's no way I will be.
That's
so
sad.
no,
I didn't want to move into this
it
house.
sucks for you because if I'm not married in 5 years, my booty is out of here.
Oh, don't threaten me with a good time, babe.
I will go find myself somebody who wants to marry me today.
You promise?
Baby, that was not nice. That was mean. I didn't like that. I would never leave, but I'm not going to be engaged for 5 to 10 years.
I know.
Listen, everyone has their own beliefs around marriage, and lifelong legal commitment is certainly not a one-size-fits-all situation. Like, I am definitely quite certain that I am totally and completely allergic to marriage. No shade on marriage. If you love it, and then I love it for you.
Hello. Hey. What did it do?
We're trying to look at it from Kyra's perspective, right? She shares multiple children with this man, built a business with him, and effectively ran their household since she was 18 years old. Being Oscar's partner was really all she knew, so having legal protection and binding agreements around, like custody and finances could have made a difference for a young woman in her position. At least that's what a lot of people think when they think about marriage. I actually feel like you can have greater protection sometimes. Not every situation is the same, but sometimes if you keep your separate assets as separate as possible. And I do think that you should always maintain a solo bank account when possible, in addition to if you want to have a joint one, especially for women. We know that financial coercive control is a common form of abuse, particularly against women in hetero relationships. Bottom line, please just research and know your options before commingling your funds. And please, I beg you, please get a prenup. It is not a negative thing. I don't know why it got such a bad rap. Prenups should not have a bad rap. It's protecting the assets just in case. And that's always a good idea. Now, in 2018, after 4 years of dating and having 3 kids together, they finally got engaged. And of course, Oscar fulfilled the legally required obligation bestowed upon every family vlogger. He vlogged it. He vlogged the proposal. He gave the audience a front row seat to it, turning it into a cinematic spectacle.
Alrighty guys, this is it. Today's the big day. Today is finally the day that I propose to Kyra and Oscar. I don't deserve for you to say yes, especially after everything I put you through. But Kyra, you are the love of my life. Oops. You are the love of my life. And I want you by my side forever. Would you marry me?
The next year, or more like 9 months later, in 2019, they had their 3rd kid together, and the year after that, they had their 4th.
Props to all you mamas who do it all the time with no medication. I could never do that. There's no way. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog. Another thing I quickly wanted to mention is that I am having a lipstick and t-shirt sale. I will link it down below.
Like, can you imagine? I can't help but think being pregnant for like that many years in a row sounds like such an exhausting ordeal. Like, flowers to all moms and parents out there. I have no idea how y'all do it, okay?
I'm a mommy.
Mommy?
I'm a mom.
Mamacita.
I'm not saying that they only had kids together for content, okay? My gosh, I hope not. I mean, if you were to get into the technicals of it, filming baby making is a whole other industry, okay? But hear me out, okay? So like a little, a little point counterpoint. This is a very performative aspect about this family. I mean, they built a family vlog channel damn near the moment the first bun was in the oven, and they were all in, calling the performative aspect of their relationship back into question. The main source of income was a channel literally called OKBaby, so it would be good business to have more babies. Need a little more product for the inventory. Now, OKBaby even saw large spikes in viewership whenever they gave birth, documented the pregnancy process, or posted, like a birthday vlog. So I can't help but wonder how much of baby making was potentially a business decision. It certainly didn't hurt, consciously or, kind of subconsciously.
One thing was clear. He was the boss.
Or, of course, maybe Kyra just loved having kids, the counterpoint. Either way, though, I gotta say it, this woman is truly a womb warrior, because these weren't just standard births. Not at all. It turns out Kyra had 4 C-section births in the span of 5 years, from 2015 to 2020, with no plan of stopping. Now, I have absolutely no idea how she managed to make it through all of that. Like, actually, you know what? Let's talk just for a little second. Let's have a little talk about C-section births. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with C-section births, they're medically known as a cesarean birth, which is, quote, the delivery of a baby through surgical incisions made in the belly and uterus. A C-section may be planned if there are pregnancy complications, and people who have had a C-section before are more likely to need another one. And C-sections are incredibly intense and taxing on the birthing parent's body and can create risks for both the parent and the baby because the doctor has to perform emergency surgery oftentimes. Emergency C-sections are performed whenever medical complications arise. And I was honestly shocked to find out that they're literally the most common surgery performed in the United States. Quote, nearly 1.2 million women have their babies by C-section every year, which accounts for about 1/3 of all pregnancies. I'm not trying to freak anyone out, okay? C-sections are obviously a very valid option for parents who either need them or choose to have them like Kyra has. However, it is worth just gently noting that they can be linked to higher maternal mortality rates, something that the US tragically leads in compared to other medically developed countries. The National Center for Health Statistics and Biomed Central reported, quote, the cesarean section rate in the United States is 32.1%, well above the 10% rate that the World Health Organization deems helpful to prevent maternal and infant mortality. Elected C-sections, despite being relatively safe, are major surgeries that come with risks and are more likely to result in maternal death and severe maternal morbidity than delivery. The risks are important to this story because after Kyra had 4 C-sections in 5 years, again, I just mind blown, she was exposed to a higher risk of complications or worse with each birth. And the thing is, the more C-sections someone has, like Kyra, the more dangerous pregnancy can become overall.
The kids are now asleep, but I wanted to show you my baby bump. I feel like I don't show that as often as I want to. I always think of it after. So I wanted to show you, I feel like last night, like literally overnight, my belly grew so much. So this is it without the shirt. Well, I'm gonna take the shirt off.
According to the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, it can be dangerous to opt for one if you have the choice. Quote, this may not be a good option. This is especially true if you plan to have several children. The more C-sections you have, the greater the risk of problems with future pregnancies. And for OKBaby, Kyra's pregnancy complications sadly became a well-documented point of contention between Oscar and Kyra in the vlogs. When doctors suggested Kyra get her tubes tied to prevent the chance of more pregnancies, which could jeopardize her health and the health of the baby. All I could do is hope that everyone stays healthy and as safe as possible.
That so the rain doesn't make its way in and flood my house and make my fears come true.
Now, at the time, Kyra was open to the possibility of having more kids, but Oscar was set on stopping at 4, and any sustainable relationship is built on compromise, right? So what they decided on instead of Kyra getting her tubes tied, because also, why is that the thing that's recommended first when like guys can get it? It's a simpler procedure, it's reversible, but you know, way to go, science, just always putting the burden on the ladies. What they decided instead of Kyra getting her tubes tied was, in my opinion, more and easier, was for Oscar to get a vasectomy, you know, snip snip.
I said that I wanted to have kids and you said that you wanted me to have a vasectomy. What did I do? And then when you said you definitely didn't want to have kids, what, reverse back? Snip snap, snip snap, snip snap.
Kendra and Oscar talk about the decision in this foreshadowing video from the summer of 2020 that had fans question if Kyra was going to stay with him at all.
It seems that Oscar doesn't want another baby, but you do. Like, it is Oscar's choice and not yours. But yes, it is Oscar's choice to have I was a C-section. You're not getting one of those. A vasectomy, yes, so that he can no longer have kids. It is his choice. That's why a lot of people are like, why aren't you just getting your tubes tied since you're already going to be
Exactly. I don't understand.
The answer is because I am not making that choice for myself. If you want to make the choice to not have kids for the rest of your life, that's fine. I'm not making that choice. And that's kind of hard to explain because obviously if I'm with Oscar.
Now, this marital spat came nearly a year after other major cracks in their relationship started showing, like a live streamed parking lot fight where fans watched Oscar and Kyra cuss each other out in real time.
When do you realize this is the mother of my children? I so need her. I treat her like dirt. Oh, yeah, right. You do. nothing but actually the fact that you respect my simple idea. I told you I was going to! But I'm not gonna do it because you, my dad, I don't know. Why don't you understand that? I've never had somebody be so mean to me ever in my life. Ever. You're the meanest person I've ever met. You're the meanest person you don't even give me so hard. You're like, I hope this hurts you. I want to hurt you. I hate you. That's what you think. You hate me and you want to hurt me.
Now, no matter how much family vloggers show their audience, you never really know what's going on in their off-camera lives, right? We just have a little snip-snap. And after 4 years of publicly documenting their relationship, things started not being so okay for OKBaby.
Go sit down right now.
Okay, I love you.
No, I don't want to hug.
You look...
Baby.
I just love you.
Go sit.
I just love you. Give me a hug.
Okay, I don't want one.
We can't dissect the downfall of OKBaby without mentioning one of Kyra's biggest career shifts. In 2019, Kyra capitalized on her millions of adoring family channel subscribers by launching a baby-focused lifestyle goods brand called Baby by Kyra, selling all sorts of baby-related products from swaddle blankets to towels to teething rings shaped like vlog cameras. Gotta start them young, I guess. I hate it here.
And you guys know that I love those. Oscar loves those, and I'm sure you guys can tell in the vlog. Like, I feel like it radiates through the camera. It's like a feeling that you guys can see.
And of course, as you can imagine, she used her kids to model all of the products and even branched off into using other people's kids. Because, you know, newborns are notoriously known as divas on set. Little hellions, all drunk on power and milk.
It's mine, you understand? Mine, all mine!
And the thing is, the kids weren't the only models for Kyra's new live, laugh, love exploiting kids brand. She also used a new adult in her life to model a lot of the products, introducing her new babysitter slash assistant slash soon-to-be best friend and podcast co-host, Hannah Hawker, a recent high school grad who would soon play a major part in the downfall of OKBaby.
Hi, I'm Kyra.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
And welcome to Beneath the Sheets,
where we make the uncomfortable
comfortable. Oh, we definitely did that wrong again. I think we're just gonna every time do it different.
It's always gonna be right. There's no such thing as wrong here.
We don't do wrong around this place.
Yeah.
So Hannah's about a year younger than Kyra, and unlike Kyra, she got to graduate high school and experience, you know, kind of a more typical American teenage life. I mean, listen, she was literally on the cheer squad. I don't know how much more apple pie it gets than that.
I am going to create an environment that is so toxic. No one will want to be a part of that club.
Simply put, Hannah got to live the life that Kyra might have had she not gotten pregnant and given birth at 18 and subsequently, you know, dropped out of high school. Now,
I'm planning a little surprise for Kyra. She's really butthurt that she did not get to graduate with her classmates. So what I'm planning on doing is having a little graduation ceremony out here in my backyard.
That certainly doesn't mean that Kyra's path is any less meaningful or valid. Definitely not at all. There are a zillion parents who become parents at a very, very young age. But sometimes it's tough. Really tough. And when watching Kyra and Hannah interact, people started suspecting that there might be some ongoing jealousy from Kyra directed at Hannah.
She has them, and so like when she dyed her hair red, I wanted to dye my hair red. And then
On the other hand, though, you know, a little point and counterpoint. Yes, Kyra possibly harbored some jealousy for Hannah, who was child-free, but counterpoint. Maybe the viewers were just kind of projecting their own feelings onto these ladies because Kyra was busy thriving, building her lucrative baby empire.
we did 10 episodes. Well, actually, we only did 9.
So when these two Utah girlies crossed paths, they seemed to click right away, seemingly, you know, complementing each other perfectly in this hybrid employee-friend dynamic. I'm sure nothing could go wrong.
Would you rather sleep with someone you think is disgusting, but the sex is off the charts, or sleep with a person you find extremely hot, but the sex sucks?
In fact, they hit it off so well that Hannah and her long-term boyfriend, Preston, began appearing in the OKBaby's vlogs alongside Oscar and Kyra, turning some of their videos into more of a David Dobrik-style friendship exploitation venture. I'm sure nothing could go wrong, right?
One of the best parts of the gift, because the homies are here. What's up, guys? We got Preston, Zach, you guys know Kyla, and Hannah.
Over the next 2 years, Hannah and Preston appeared in a number of vlogs, becoming part of Kyra's daily life and extended OKBaby universe as she ran the baby goods business with Hannah Hannah. They eventually hosted weekly Saturday game nights together. You know, wholesome, right?
Game night, who's excited? Me! Whoa, what was that? I need everybody to redo that. Game night, I'm excited, or who's excited?
Yes, friends, nothing says thrilled to be here doing it for the vlog like the forced laughter of family vloggers.
We'll do it again for the third time. Game night, who's excited? Me, yeah. You guys aren't invited ever again.
This gang got so close that in July 2021, new besties Kyra and Hannah decided to do what all best friends who run a baby clothing business together do, start a podcast about their sex lives. I can't wait.
Today's our first episode. It feels so weird. I feel nervous.
So exciting.
My legs are shaking. Everything is kind of feeling hot.
A little tingly.
Yes.
It's great.
So together they launched their Tubi level Call Her Daddy inspired podcast titled Beneath the Sheets. And the tagline for the show was, "We make uncomfortable comfortable."
Welcome back to Beneath the Sheets,
where we make the uncomfortable comfortable.
You
did so good.
So proud.
Oh my god, I think you should do it from now on. It just sounds so much sexier when you do it.
I don't know about that.
Now, I don't know if they necessarily succeeded in that mission, because watching these now deleted episodes back, my main emotion is absolutely very comfortable once you find out how the story plays out, but whatever. Okay, so here's more clips to give you a little glimpse of the vibe.
Fisting. Oh, I've been but not in sexual encounters.
Oh, I am just so delighted to be here.
Anyways, guys, today we are hot and sweaty, first of all. So if you're watching the visual, I apologize in advance.
Sorry.
The sweat mustache.
Ironically, the camera is in less focus than even they are. Don't worry though, it gets better.
Oh, would I rather have sex with a duck with that scary looking penis? Fuck. Or shit my pants every time I look at.
See, aren't you glad you clicked in today? So, behind the scenes of Beneath the Sheets, Hannah's boyfriend Preston was their sound engineer. He handled the audio, edited the episodes, and sat through all of the uncomfortable, hypersexual, and often unbearably giggly conversations.
Hey, you're a masturbationic.
Now, I'm gonna be so real, okay, Preston, my dude. But the audio on these episodes is kind of but I don't know, maybe he got, distracted by all the talk of and for the sake of making the uncomfortable somehow even more uncomfortable, let's just imagine ourselves in the room with them while they're filming. I know, don't hate me. So imagine you're in the room scanning around. For Hannah, it's easy to imagine that having her boyfriend right there probably affected how freely she felt she could speak about her ghosts of relationships and hookups past and present.
I mean, if it was something he was like, please, I have to try it, like, on my bucket list, like,
yeah,
I can't die a happy
like
man
fucking
without
skydiving.
It. Yeah, literally, like a threesome. But maybe I'd kind of consider it, but it'd still probably be a no. I don't think I'd be able to.
Meanwhile, Kyra was used to being in the spotlight and had no problem doing the legally required family vlog thing where you share and overshare every thought in the most sensational way possible.
I do think that you can't just sleep with a friend. It can't be someone you know.
Yeah, that makes it too personal and too likely for things to evolve.
Kyra did not hold back. Oh, I wish she maybe had held back a little bit, but she didn't hold back on any topic, which I'm sure made for a tense environment in the podcast studio between the three of them, Kyra, Hannah, and Hannah's boyfriend, Preston.
Are we gonna argue? Yeah.
Oh, wait. I call you a bitch again. Oh, wait, you are. Just kidding.
Excuse me, stop the camera.
Cut that part out, okay?
Can you guess where this is headed? Over on the OKBaby channel, things between Oscar and Kyra seem to be business as usual, but in reality, a rift that started between them years prior had slowly grown larger behind the scenes. And it all came crashing down when only 6 months after launching Beneath the Sheets, OKBaby posted their most well-known video in January 2022, announcing their breakup.
I think that you have to build a friendship with the person that you're with.
For sure.
And I think a lot of people miss that in their relationships.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a friendship. They just are together in a relationship. Or they lose the friendship as time goes on.
Right.
On January 7th, 2022, after 7 years together, 4 years of engagement, 4 children, and hundreds of vlogs, OKBaby posted an unedited sit-down video simply titled, "We broke up." Now listen, y'all, okay, let's be so for real. Like, YouTube couples have posted breakup videos in the past, but even the decent ones, I use that term loosely, feel so very performative. Like, there are a few of the, you know, classics that come to mind from the platform, like David Dobrik and Liza Koshy, Joey Graceffa and Daniel Preda, and of course there was, who could forget, Colleen Ballinger. And yes, I have seen that Colleen has returned, and yes, I have thoughts. But anyways, OKBaby's breakup video reached an entirely new level of cringe, throwing verbal daggers at each other in what's now considered the worst breakup video ever posted. So let's watch.
I get overwhelmed so easily, my anxiety creeps inside of me.
That is a choice. That is a choice. Listen, you never know what you're gonna get with a breakup video, and I guess this one starts with a musical.
Feeling it too, dude.
Are you gonna cry?
No.
Are you gonna cry?
No.
I might. I'm just kidding.
People were really caught off guard by this energy here because she's just like, are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry? Are you gonna? I don't know what's going on, but he looks very uncomfortable.
So as many of you guys have noticed, we have gone some time without uploading. We kind of were uploading like a little here, like sprinkles of uploads in the beginning of December. We kind of stopped and haven't posted since. A lot of things have been going on in our life. I mean, we all have been sick forever, on and off it feels like. And then personal things, family things, and obviously what we are telling you now.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's...
Yeah. I just still think it's really interesting that people make these videos like, in the first place.
It's hard to get on camera and act like nothing is going on in the back. But at the same time, it's also hard to get on camera and say anything because what if we end up being fine and then like we just shared all that and then it just seems rocky and trashy.
They were back and forth and maybe they still are a little bit, I don't know, about like, could this actually work out? Because again, they have 4 kids together.
It's just hard to know in that situation from a content point of view what to do. And so we made the decision just to kind of not do anything.
Thinking about your relationship, particularly when there's kids involved, in terms of a content point of view, is like, it just gives me big ick. I don't know what's genuine and what's not.
Yeah, I tried a lot to vlog, but it was just, we were going through a lot of emotions and a lot of sad, at least I was going through a lot of sad emotions, so.
A lot of
Do you hear the way he says, at least we were going through a lot of, well, at least I was going through a lot of sad emotions. I feel like a lot of people read into that of thinking like, oh, she might not be sad at all. Just go ahead and just vlog through the pain.
You guys did notice he was vlogging and I wasn't. At that time though, I was really sick.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really that bad between us at that point when you were just vlogging.
I was going through it at that point. Mm-hmm. Like I saw it coming early because I just saw the switch. So for me, I was going through it, but
It's interesting that he talks about, I saw the switch. He describes it like there was this moment, like a switch went off. That's an instantaneous moment where she changes. Typically, in a pretty healthy relationship dynamic that just happens to not work out, it's more of a gradual thing, right? Little things that are layering upon each other that just kind of feel big when you have so many little things amounting to a lot. But he's talking about the switch.
I was still in the denial phase, like, no, this can't be happening.
Yeah.
Can't be happening, but sadly it is, and it happened, you guys. I'm laughing because it's awkward and we're here. Yeah, and we're here, so
It's interesting that he's taking the lead here and he doesn't want this to happen. He did not want the breakup to happen. He's expressing being sad. She's just kind of sitting there smiling. Would just feel, I think, very deflating. Your partner's leaving you. You have this family together. Partner's leaving, and now you gotta sit side by side and tell the world. And that's just a lot.
I finally accepted it, which is why I'm actually even able to laugh about it. It feels nice.
We actually tried to make this video before, but it was very rough.
Yes.
It was too fresh.
Yeah, way too fresh, and I still was not fully accepting it. And
she's literally just sitting there picking at her nails. Like, look at her. She just seems like she could, I'm so unbothered. I'm so unbothered here. And then I'm just like, well, whose idea was it to make that breakup video when it was so fresh? Like, you literally don't have to do this, period. Like, I need people to understand. But she's just here so nonchalant, so casual, like, yeah, he's so sad.
But I'm better now. So yeah,
he said I'm better now. So, and then she smiles. She's got this smirk on her face. This is giving the energy of somebody who has moved on and moved on with somebody else. Just that we tried to do this earlier, but I was sick and, then he was a mess. And so he finally has pulled his shit together so that we could do this or whatever.
Kyra broke up with me. So
Does
crazy.
it make you feel better to say it like that?
Wow. Kyra broke up with me. Does it make you feel better to say it like that? Well, is that what happened? Because he said he didn't want it.
Do you feel better because it's not you?
Do you feel better because it's not you? Is such a loaded, kind of backhanded, it's a weird vibe. It's a very weird, bit of a demeaning vibe.
Do you feel better because it's not you?
Oh, yeah, because I tried my ass off to make it work in the end, and
But that's the thing, guys.
Yeah.
If you're listening, in the end doesn't always work anymore.
Yeah.
Wild. Again, he's the only one who's expressed like any type of emotion here. They have a years long relationship. Just something switched in her that he saw and it was over. And he's the only one expressing emotions. It's not just saying I fought my ass off for the relationship, it's I fought my ass off for the family, keeping the family together.
I don't want to also make it seem like the thing is, okay, not that we need to get into this, but Oscar and I have been together for a very long time. We started our relationship as best friends, and I'm only giving you my point of view, not yours. But,
that was nice that she made that distinction.
Been best friends for so long.
Literally through their developmental years, let's not forget. Like, how many of y'all are still with someone you dated in high school, okay? Most people, as you grow and evolve and you change and, your brains fully form, you don't stay together, you change. And so that's a very easy thing that could have happened here.
And there has been more to it than that, but at this point in our lives, I don't feel like there is more to it than that. And nothing happened that's like crazy and dramatic. Nobody like cheated, nobody like...
Feelings were hurt, though. You did some things that hurt my feelings, but...
Okay, hold, pause, alert. Where's the red flag guy? We need him to run through really quick. For her to just bring up, nobody cheated, nothing happened, for her to just bring that up out of nowhere. She's talking about, I just feel like he's my friend and I feel like it's not gonna go anywhere else. And it's like, number one, this is called work through it. Maybe couples counseling, that type of thing. But for her to just launch into, no one was cheating or anything, nothing like that. And then he said, but yeah, his feelings were hurt. She did hurt him. And that was specifically in response to, there was no cheating going on.
Nothing happened that's like crazy and dramatic. Nobody like cheated, nobody like...
Feelings were hurt, though. You did some things that hurt my feelings, but I found out later on, like a month later, that it's because you were holding these feelings inside and kind of resenting me.
But can you please clarify that I wasn't cheating?
Yeah, you weren't cheating.
People will dig into
You did a lot of things that bothered me. I wouldn't consider them full-blown cheating, but it was definitely lines
Oscar,
that we
I'm not
shouldn't have crossed.
keeping
All right, fine.
Wow. So much happened just in that 20 seconds right there. She's very specifically wants him to say out loud, she did not cheat on him. So obviously she was up to some no good. He got hurt by it. Now, could that be some flirtation? Could that be, depending on his level of insecurity, it could have been exacerbated more than what it actually was, or she was doing some big bad, no good, dirty. He's not even looking at her right now. She gets very defensive in that moment.
You did a lot of things that bothered me. I wouldn't consider them full-blown cheating.
I wouldn't consider them full-blown cheating is wild. Full-blown cheating versus what? Half-blown? Quarter blown, little micro blow.
What about that situation bothers you?
What about that situation? What situation? Is there a situationship? What's going on?
That situation, I just feel like once we sit here and start naming specific things, do we want to talk about when I had mental health issues? You were not there for me. We don't need to dig into all that.
Wow. Okay. When she said earlier it was too fresh to make a breakup video, girl, it is still too fresh. They're now having these passive aggressive digs at each other. There's a lot of resentment happening between him. She is continually kind of embarrassing him and putting him down and very dismissive of his very vulnerable feelings that he shares. And I can imagine that was not easy at all for him to share it, especially. It's just kind of this these quips going back and forth.
Right, and I do think something like this, it's sad that it took this, but I wish I was better for you back then. I didn't know better. I didn't understand these things. I feel like I'm understanding them now, going through my own sadness and hard points,
Yeah.
So that's a very open, honest thing for him to say. And I feel like he's taking a lot of blame. And I wonder if this happens often, if this happened often in their relationship, where she would kind of potentially, I don't know, speculation, but utilize, again, deflect from the situationship by bringing up my mental health. And if I bring up my mental health, now you're shut down and now you have to backtrack and apologize. And he kind of does. He says, he kind of backtracks everything. The situationship discussion is gone. His feelings are now gone. And he's saying, oh yeah, I do wish, I wish I knew better about mental health. And I feel like she very specifically brought that up to shut him down.
It takes two in a relationship. And Oscar is not like, yes, there are things he has done to hurt me or made us drift apart or like all the things, right?
Yeah. And now she's bringing up, well, he's hurt me. We just got this quid pro quo back and forth. He hurt, she hurt. What is this accomplishing?
I knew when I, in my head, was thinking of Oscar being happy with somebody else and that made me happier, that's when I knew I didn't want to be with you anymore. Because
it's either the most honest and helpful thing, or it's an indication that she's found somebody else. She's been talking to somebody else. There was a situationship. Well, I just wish you to be happy with someone else, or I picture you being with somebody else, and that makes me happier because it lets me off the hook because I have feelings for somebody else already.
When I think of you with somebody else and that's what I want for you, I don't think you're in love with that person.
Really?
No.
What does that mean? She thinks if she can picture him with someone else, that means she's not in love.
You think?
I don't know. I'd never heard that side, so it's a lot to take in right now, but
She's literally dropping these bombs on him on camera, performing it for the vlog. I think this is a very unhealthy thing to do in the relationship, and I think that she has cornered him. She's all smiles. She's been big smiles through this whole thing, and he's been very uncomfortable. And I think it's a little humiliating for him. He's like, you want me to share how I feel in this moment when for the first time, after all of this behind the scenes discussion, for the first time, you're telling me that you picture me with someone else and that makes you happy? That's how much you don't want to be with me? And now I got to tell the camera how that makes me feel? Come on, y'all.
I don't know, I guess so. Like, in a way that's like, even
like,
more loving in a weird way.
Like, I can't meet your adrenaline standards. I don't like the things that you like. I don't want the same things that you want. I'm not interested in the same things that you are. And I want you to have that with somebody.
That is such an unhinged level of shit to dump on someone on camera and then post it to the internet. I don't have your energy, and besides that, I don't like the things that you like. I don't love what you love to do. I'm not interested in anything that you're interested in, so go find someone else who is. It just feels so insensitive and it's so unnecessary.
So many combined things, and it really was like a slow point getting up to here. It wasn't, that's what I mean by it wasn't like one thing.
So she says it was a slow point leading up to this, and he says he saw a switch flip. For him, there was a moment, something happened, and then they're talking about, do we really want to bring up the situation? I think that's when the something happened. In her mind, it's a slow burn.
What triggered you to be so mean though this last month? Not that she was horrible. She was actually very nice to me during the like actual breakup process, but there was a phase where like I was trying my
Once
best.
I had decided that I didn't want to be with Oscar anymore, I couldn't tell him that because we were going on like these trips. We went to Las Vegas and we were going on a family vacation with both of our families to Disneyland with our kids for Christmas. So I couldn't tell him.
She could have told him. She didn't.
But like I was being mean because I was just angry. I also felt like I was lying to you, and that's not my personality. Like as soon as I decide something.
Lying is not her personality. I'm just gonna ask all of y'all to remember that for later.
In the grand scheme of things, this all happened fast, and it's kind of crazy. Like,
I think a little bit, this is where we differ. In my mind, things have been happening for like a year.
Really?
Not a year ago was I like, I want to leave. But a year ago is when I was like, oh,
we just had
over this. I know.
She just dropped this news on him right then and there on camera. I can't. He discovered it like probably moments before the rest of the world did.
And you were done?
No, that's what I just said.
Oh yeah, but you were like, I hate this, I'm over this?
No, you're not listening.
Like they're literally he's still trying to process what the hell happened and why this relationship fell apart, and they're doing it on camera. This is not a healthy thing.
That is when I was like, oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate that you get so angry all the time. I hate that you throw things. I hate that this. I hate this. And like slowly over time, or like
What the hell was that? I hate that you throw things. These accusations are just flying around. Tell him I wasn't cheating. Well, you really hurt me. You did a situationship. Well, it wasn't full-blown cheating. Well, you throw things. Well, you weren't there for my mental health. None of this. A YouTube video is not, in my opinion, the forum for something like this, when clearly I think both of them would benefit from going to a couple's therapist.
Hey, but I hadn't gotten mad at all up until like late November when things were going downhill.
No, you get mad just because it's not to your anger extreme.
Oh yeah, we fight. Everyone fights and argues. Yes, yes, I did explode a few times, guys, and I've worked on it. I've actually gotten way better at it over the years.
What does that mean? Over the years, he exploded in anger. So like that gives maybe a little more context to me when I think about that clip where they were doing a live stream and she's like really like emotional and saying like, you're so mean to me. You treat me like shit, and people were shocked. And I feel like that clip gets overlooked a lot because, again, with this breakup video, it's very easy to like, just, for people to just like troll or dunk on Kyra, especially if you know what's coming up in the story, okay? It's really gonna, but he's talking about, he had like some significant anger issues for years. I think that there's stuff going on both sides here.
He has gotten better at it, but this is like not the point.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second, because it's easy to pick apart, this terrible breakup video, but I want to have a quick moment of a little dueling perspectives. I want to look at some harmful stuff that I think Kyra was doing to Oscar, and then we'll pivot and look at some stuff that I think Oscar was maybe doing to Kyra, because I think that both of these things that we're going to discuss, likely in combination with other stuff that we don't see behind the scenes, kind of, I think, part of what contributed to their demise. So starting with Oscar and a little thing we call weaponized incompetence.
So I thought it'd be fun to update you guys on how I'm doing with my goals that I set for 2023, starting with goal number 1, to become a better, more organized, efficient father/man. All that really means is that I want to be more responsible, less chaotic, be on time for things, and get my stuff together.
I'm sorry. What? What does this mean? What is happening?
So Kyra, I thought it'd be fun to ask you this question. That way I know I'm not tooting my own horn. But how do you feel like I've been doing on my journey to become a more efficient father/man?
Wow, that's a really deep question.
Pretty much, am I being more responsible?
Yes, okay, last year you kind of, obviously, understandably, there was a point where you were trying to progress, but we're kind of going the other way, but I feel like now you're truly seeing what you want and going after it. You definitely have been trying to make an effort to be a better dad, and no offense, but I don't think that was really ever one of your true goals.
Okay, hold up. So true goals is very interesting. So in this video, Oscar is admitting that he used to not be the most reliable or efficient father, it sounds like.
I don't think that was really ever one of your true goals. It was kind of like the last goal, but there was many that were before that.
This is a key moment into the storied past of their relationship, and it kind of maybe confirmed my initial thought when I first looked into this story that I briefly touched upon, that she was likely doing what many a mother in a hetero relationship winds up doing, being tasked with the majority of the mental, emotional, and physical load of raising the family without much equal participation from the father.
You did? Nice. I made it with time to spare. It's 4:14, 5 minutes early. Who's awesome?
That's the first.
That's the first. Ha 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 ha. Seriously, like when I see stuff like this, I'm just like, what the f is it with these men who need public praise and adulation for being on time for once? Well, congratulations. You showed up on time for, like, what are we doing here?
So Kyra, I thought it'd be fun to ask you this question. That way I know I'm not tooting my own horn, but how do you feel like I've been doing on my journey to become a more efficient father/man?
Well, good thing he got that on camera. Not to toot my own horn. We've seen it a million times, right? Like, the women in a hetero relationship doing the majority of like the cooking and cleaning and child rearing and birthday parties and PTA meetings and doctor visits and sorting the family functions, laundry, while balancing a career. And sometimes, not all relationships, there are certainly great men out there, but sometimes on top of everything else, the woman is also balancing an adult man baby who can't seem to remember to put his damn socks in the hamper, let alone how to pack a school lunch or do anything other than play video games. And yes, I'm looking at you, Drew Resilient Jenkins. And sometimes those types of man babies, if they do have something family related to do, he either wants applause for doing the literal bare minimum, which is just being a human being and doing shit, or he's bitching the entire time.
Excited at least to go to the pumpkin patch?
Am I excited to go to the pumpkin patch? Oh, Jane, I'm so excited to go to the pumpkin patch. To spend 700% for a fucking pumpkin that I could buy at the grocery store for $6, I'm gonna spend $45, then listen to the kids bitch and moan for 2 hours while we walk around. So yeah, I'm so excited for the pumpkin patch. Well, we can at least make the best of it, though. I'm making the best of it. My eyes are awake. I'm driving the car. We're with a family. Yay, family time.
Which brings me to the idea of weaponized incompetence, or maybe more commonly now known as stupid, or is it dumb? Wait, there's a better word I know. Man-child, can't sing that on this platform, but
the first sign that you are a man-child is the fact that you still point fingers and complain at other people because you're not where you need to be in your life.
Let's talk about it, okay? Weaponized incompetence is a behavioral pattern that some fathers can exhibit when they're confronted with the hard work it takes to raise kids in today's world. It often has roots in misogyny, whether conscious or not, by playing into the age-old adage that, you know, a woman's place is in the kitchen and a man's place is wherever the hell he wants it to be.
Look at this. The coffee is piping hot. The toast is buttered. The eggs are precisely right. But sometimes it takes more than that to thaw out a husband. It takes special attention to personal details, like taking more effective care of your breath. The most common cause of bad breath is germs in the mouth.
Therapist Dr. Megan Phillips recently wrote about this emerging topic on momcollective.com, explaining, quote, essentially the mom is viewed as the only competent member of the heterosexual parent dyad, and therefore she is given all the tasks related to home and family. This is regardless of her working status, but worse still, not only is she given all the tasks, but dad will also display purposeful or unconscious ineptitude when asked to participate equally. This ineptitude is then weaponized and reused and get out of doing these types of tasks altogether. And that adds to what many women call the mental load. The load of having to essentially parent the man in addition to everything else, causing her additional mental exhaustion.
And did you miss me at all? I feel like you didn't. I thought you were happier without me.
No, I definitely,
okay.
Don't be dramatic. I was not, baby. I missed you so much. But guys, what I come back to when I come back to Oscar is every situation, like phones on the cars, losing car keys, making appointments that we can't make on time.
Yeah, that's why I went from
sitting in the car with the kids.
Because we had an appointment.
Not knowing how much we vlogged.
For our taxes.
Jumping on the bed and almost breaking it. Like, I love you, but you're kind of like my third baby.
Yeah, right.
So I missed you, like I missed my kids, but you also...
Sure, I take care of you all the time.
When it's your bedtime, I'm like...
Oh, yeah, right. Pretty much, am I being more responsible?
Yes, okay, last year you kind of, obviously, understandably, there was a point where you were trying to progress, but we're kind of going the other way, but I feel like now you're truly seeing what you want and going after it.
There is truly nothing more effing weird than watching a man film himself fishing for compliments about doing the most basic shit so he can post it to his adoring fans for more praise. Overdoing the most basic shit.
You definitely have been trying to make an effort to be a better dad, and no offense, but I don't think that was really ever one of your true goals. It was kind of like the last goal, but there was many that were before that.
I'm sorry. What? Did I hear that right? Being a good father was his last goal on his list? He didn't argue that. Bro, you procreated and had 4 kids in 5 years, and you want to film yourself getting praised because one day you decided that you'd move being a good father up from the last position to what, I don't know, maybe second to last. I hate it here.
And I feel like recently that is your main priority.
Honestly, that's the nicest thing you've said to me in a long time. I'll take that. So we're making progress. That's good. I love that. That's the sweetest thing you said in a while.
You definitely are making progress a lot quicker than I've ever seen you make progress in our relationship.
Y'all, I'm actually kind of stunned here. So did you see how effortlessly he weaponized his incompetence against her in this moment? He's openly admitting that he placed being a good father to his 4 kids low on his goals, and then put her on the spot to see if she'll praise him for starting to be a better father. And when she says he's improved, not in the previous year, but a little more now, he literally kind of turns it on her and shades her by saying, that's the sweetest thing you've said to me in a while, as if his, I guess, bad fathering is like her fault. Like, we can appreciate growth. I'm not saying that he's a terrible father. It's not about that. We can appreciate growth, but we don't have to ignore when a man literally says he wasn't prioritizing his kids enough. They weren't his top goal. Now remember, I want to take a look at some red flags I saw in both of them, some, point and counterpoint perspective. We looked more into Kyra's potential perspective about his parenting, so what about Oscar's perspective? Well, a major red flag I believe we were seeing in how Kyra was treating Oscar in this breakup video, along with many, many instances across their vlogs for a very long time, was something that I'll refer to as what feels like sort of a humiliation ritual and not in the consensual kind. Now, okay, hold on. Before you get on me about being the fun police, hear me out. I will acknowledge that, lighthearted, healthy roasting and, like teasing from time to time has a place in any relationship. My gosh, let's have a little fun. But this clearly goes way beyond that, at least in my opinion.
I spy with my little eyes something with a big nose.
I think that's nice. What are you teaching the younger audience?
And now in their breakup video, which is, supposed to be a serious setting with, real stakes on the line. Remember, they have kids involved. Kyra digs into him kind of worse than ever before.
I don't like the things that you like. I don't want the same things that you want. I'm not interested in the same things that you are. And I want you to have that with somebody. So why am I selfishly hanging on?
Kyra, the one breaking up with Oscar, is actively humiliating him in front of the world. It's not surprising though, considering that she's made kind of a bit of a career off of humiliating, her kids for content and consistently berating Oscar on camera throughout their years of vlogging.
You have to yell at him to get him to understand anything. He only speaks yell. Wow, why do you always have to act like we're crashing? It's so obnoxious. Get a grip on your life. He looks so sad. I just judged him as a human being. I think I'm right, as per usual. Seriously, I'm so nervous. Be safe.
Love you guys.
If Daddy's driving bad, tell Daddy, careful.
Now, what some might call, playful diva behavior is actually sometimes a much more serious interpersonal dynamic that could constitute as a form of emotional abuse. Now,
I can jump.
Yeah, Oscar, really? Are you that stupid? Look.
Yeah, then no more jumping out of bed. No more monkeys jumping up.
InnocenceFree.org states, quote, humiliation is one of the most devastating forms of psychological harm. It cuts deeper than embarrassment or guilt. It strikes at a person's sense of identity, worth, and belonging. Humiliation trauma occurs when someone is repeatedly shamed, degraded, or stripped of dignity in a way that causes lasting emotional and psychological damage. It's not a single event. It's an experience that embeds itself in the body and mind.
While there's plenty of data on adult intimate partner violence, very little was known about the quieter but equally damaging tactics of control among adolescents and young adults. Something striking kept coming up, using guilt or humiliation. In front of friends, one partner dismissed the other's feelings with a quick jab. For everyone else, it seemed casual. But for the person on the receiving end, it cut deep and made them feel small.
Now, again, we're just seeing little snapshots. I'm not outwardly accusing Kyra of being, an abusive partner. Without a ring on her finger, her insecurity about, potentially losing Oscar, the father of her children, may have fueled her to need to get some control, making him feel worthless without her. And again, this is what they chose to upload or, share via live stream. Think about that. Potentially part of the humiliation, and if Oscar was, potentially broken down by this in some form, he might have felt like this is what he deserved, whether he realized that or not.
This is why...
Baby, you locked me out yesterday.
Ask me every day, why am I such a... This is why, because you're so annoying sometimes.
You locked me out yesterday.
If Oscar was truly not prioritizing being a better father, it wasn't one of his goals, then I could see a world where that could have exhausted Kyra to the point of either breaking down, like we saw in that live stream, or lashing out in response. by humiliating and demeaning him. Now, does that justify it? Absolutely not. This was just something that I found really interesting that I haven't heard brought up before when it comes to their breakup video, and I thought that it was at least worth doing a point-counterpoint hypothesis of these ideas to try and bring some of that humanity back to a very complex situation that at the end of the day affects the children the most.
It's so hard because making this video, I want to sit here and just tell you guys, this is what's happening. I'm sad. I know you guys are gonna be sad. I'm sorry that we haven't made a video about it for a minute. But also, all that's in the back of my mind is how will people take what I just said? How are people gonna take what you just said? And that's so frustrating because I feel like I don't even want to make this video.
They're performing. This is a performance. Even them performing right now for their viewers, they're still going at each other. What do you mean you're just dropping these bombs on him? Like, oh, I've been feeling like this for a year. And he's like, I don't like anything that you like. I hate the energy you have. I love nothing that you love. I think you should be with someone else. Right?
Late November, things started getting really bad. We were fighting and we were not able to even be in the same room at one point, So yeah, towards the end it did get really bad. But I feel like, long story short, I do feel like we're in a really good place right now. We're still trying, this is like,
we're figuring it out,
We have a whole life together. We've been together for 7 years. It takes a minute to
There's nothing about this dynamic that feels like they're in a really good place right now.
Sorry, I'm thinking about the future too, how it's gonna go and just
we're still gonna be vlogging and uploading on this channel together. We still are gonna live in the same house. We still are sharing finances.
Yeah.
That is, I'm just gonna say this. If you are going to no longer be together, but you're going to live in the same house, you're going to vlog together as a family thing, you are speed running your way to hell with that. It takes very, very, very specific people to be able to pull something off like that. And usually they're much older, they're much more experienced in life. They have a higher level of maturity with things. And these two are not, in my opinion, were not there.
Things might even seem kind of normal for a while. I don't know. Maybe we'll be vlogging separately.
Oscar is sleeping in another room.
Yeah, that's interesting. But I just...
That's interesting. Again, these are intimate personal details that she didn't, in my opinion, need to blurt out. And that, again, feels a little humiliating to him. He wasn't volunteering that information. And I don't think that he wanted that known. He's like, yeah, that's interesting.
That's what's been going on.
Last night was his first night in the new room.
Yeah, downstairs.
Was it weird?
No. Like I said.
I think he's got a wall has been put up. He's definitely not liking this.
Oh, can I tell you about the funniest conversation I had with you?
What, him?
In Florida when we were on the phone.
Oh,
and she's still touching him and stuff, and I just feel like, she's got her arm on him. He's not reciprocating that, and she's made it very clear, hey, I don't like anything that you like, bro. I don't want to be with you, okay? Go be with somebody else. Sleep in the other room, sleep downstairs. But then she's got her hand on him in a very flirtatious way. That, in my opinion, would be sending very mixed signals.
Yeah, I guess, whatever.
Oscar he went to a strip club, can I say that?
Yeah, I don't care.
The night before, and then we were talking about it, and I was like, well, did you get a lap dance or anything? And he's like, no, I feel too awkward.
This is such a weird story to be telling in a breakup video, by the way.
So Oscar went to the strip club, didn't get a lap dance, stupid.
I think she's bringing the story up too because she's trying to cushion any type of blow for that whole, tell him I'm not cheating, don't let anybody think I'm cheating. And he's like, well, you did some stuff that wasn't full-blown cheating, but it really hurt me. And she's like, okay, well, you went to a strip club.
So then he was talking about sleeping with girls and how is he gonna do that? And I was trying to give him advice.
They are not ready for this.
And all those
oh my god, that is
and it was the funniest, weirdest conversation.
Not that I was even trying to get any of it. She was telling me hey, I think you should sleep with someone. What? First of all, when you
Oh, so she was trying to get him to sleep with somebody. Oh, this is giving all of the red flags of somebody who is cheating.
I just think that I don't know, guys, I feel like they just need that. Oscar and I haven't slept together in some time.
It's been a month, yeah.
2 months.
Almost, yeah. It's gonna be there.
It was the beginning.
Again, he's like, what the f? Why are we bringing this up? And that's more of the humiliation thing, I think. It's honest, but it's also completely unnecessary.
November.
Dude, that's too TMI. Anywho, she was telling me you need to get with somebody. I was like, I wouldn't even know how to go about that. And she just started giving me tips. And
my gosh, she starts giving him tips about how to hook up with other people.
So that's where my ring went. Yep. And I get to keep the ring because a ring is a gift, and if he thinks he can take it away from me, he would be without.
I actually hope you keep it until one of the kids. I think.
What do you guys think about that? Do you keep the ring if you break up an engagement? He gave that gift to her as a promise of getting married and spending a life together. And then she breaks the promise. And so I kind of feel like the ring goes back to the person.
Give it to your son.
I don't want any of the kids to wear the ring or give the ring because I think that's bad luck.
Oh, that's weird. Oh no, she wants this just for herself.
I'm not letting them give it to anybody, but I would like them to just at least like see it or have it or decide what.
What do you mean I'd like them to see it or have it? Girl, you just want the ring. Just save us the time and say that.
Right person, wrong time.
Maybe.
What's the wrong time forever? Don't get your hopes up.
And then she says, well, it's the wrong time forever. Don't get your hopes up. Again, the humiliation.
Oh my God. The fact, confidence, I love it. The fact that you think after everything you put me through, I would be like.
Me put you through? I've done nothing.
Oh, she's done nothing. She's done nothing, even though he said you hurt me a lot. She's laughing at him, and then she says, I've done nothing, which completely invalidates all of his feelings when he expressed himself.
Like besides some attitude here and there. And comforting another guy because he was sad.
Oh, there it is.
I didn't even do anything.
What? And literally drops the bomb right there. She comforted some other guy when he was sad. What does comforting mean? Who is the other guy and why was he sad? Oh, it's about to get wild in this story.
This is comforting to Oscar.
Oh, shut up. But guys, that was early on. Don't even get me started.
But one time, Oscar was talking to Hannah and they were helping each other.
Who's talking about Hannah? Who's bringing up Hannah all of a sudden? So are we talking about Preston? Hannah's boo? Why did Hannah suddenly come up in this conversation?
Considering where things were going, and I never was rubbed up.
It's weird. I'm feeling weird about it all.
Never rubbed up on Hannah.
Never rubbed up
on Hannah ever. I'm pretty fucking certain they're talking about Kyra rubbing up on Preston.
Okay.
I'm gonna now though. How many guys do you think rub up on them?
As many as you want.
And that's their breakup video. I hate it here. In the weeks following the breakup video, fans were extremely frazzled. So Oscar and Kyra posted a, few unbearably awkward Q&A follow-up videos to appease their viewers.
I think that a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people go through that, and I'm just choosing myself. And I am so sorry that affects Oscar the way it does. I hate that I'm crying. But also, I'm not gonna apologize for wanting to learn to love me.
And remember, that awkward, little sex podcast Beneath the Sheets, Hannah and Kyra even had both of the guys on as guests right after the breakup video dropped. Nothing fucking weird about that. And fun fact, Oscar and Kyra, for some reason, were wearing the same clothes that they were wearing in the breakup video. Nothing fucking weird about that. So it might be safe to assume, maybe they filmed them back to back. We'll do the breakup and then we'll do the podcast. It'll be fun. Really a true production. Bravo. The performance of a lifetime. Ned Fulmer would be proud.
It's hard to hear you saying no, I don't forgive you. Of course I get it.
The podcast episode with both couples, or I guess one couple and one ex-couple, was incredibly fucking awkward. It was terrible. It was really just more of, the same uncomfortable talking points. Kyra being giggly and perky, acting like everything's fine, and Oscar basically dissociating with a smile on his face while their friends watched on. Totally normal.
We have guests. Wait, we have. Who are they? Who's they?
Who are we?
Who's they? We have the X. We have the X.
Actually, the X.
Wait. That's gonna need an explanation. No, it doesn't. That's the X. We still love him though.
OKBaby.
Over the next few months, the OKBaby channel was uploading less regularly, really only focusing on more ominous Q&A videos where, to their credit, they refused to talk about the kids. Around this time, Kyra and Oscar started posting content on their own individual channels, videos like, Kyra moving out of the house and Kyra's new house tour and Oscar being messy on Instagram Live.
Go in on a townhouse together.
Oh, let's do it. Wait, by the water so we can surf all day. Let's run it. Oh.
And so the internet does as the internet does and started speculating that something nefarious was going on when suddenly in March 2022, the Beneath the Sheets podcast went dark with no clear finale. The situation started to look extremely suspicious when, just a month later, screenshots of Utah court records began circulating online showing that Kyra's best friend and podcast co-host, Hannah Hawker, remember her, and her partner Preston, filed for divorce in April 2022.
What's your nickname?
Hurricane Hannah. Why could I not think of that? You've actually gotten better. I feel like you used to be like
you don't see me at
Storm
work
Watcher.
or
Oh, that's
at
true.
home.
Now, fans started speculating, could the man Kyra mentioned she was comforting in the breakup video be Hannah's partner, Preston? No, could it be? That's her best friend.
Like besides some attitude here and there. And comforting another guy because he was sad. Please clarify that I wasn't cheating.
Yeah, you weren't
feel
cheating.
Like
You
people
weren't
will
cheating.
dig into
You did a lot of things that bothered me. I wouldn't consider them full-blown cheating, but it was definitely lines
Oscar,
that
I'm
we
not
should never
keeping
cross.
Some sleuths went back through the OKBaby's vlogs featuring Hannah and Preston, kind of looking for clues, when they noticed something pretty suspicious in the background of the holiday gift exchange vlog posted just a few months earlier. Now, at first, it seemed like, just like a boring moment of Oscar and Hannah testing out their new Heelys, but when you look closer, you can see Kyra in the back of the kitchen texting someone, then Preston getting a text and texting someone, and then it just kind of goes back and forth, and it kind of looked clear that they were probably maybe texting each other while their partners are literally in the room and they're literally filming. Suddenly, the entire OKBaby empire wasn't just broken up and set adrift, it was engulfed in major accusations that Kyra had stolen her best friend's man and left Oscar to be with him.
Okay, let's say that Oscar cheated on me and got with this woman and then they got together. She would know in the back of her mind that he cheated on me. I hope she realizes she's not about that.
Yeah,
like he could possibly cheat on her too.
Yeah, like you're cheating with somebody in a relationship and they're willing to cheat on that person, so
why wouldn't they cheat on you?
Why would it?
If Kyra and Preston had indeed been together since the breakup in December, they did a very good job keeping it totally beneath the sheets until a major breakthrough came out in May 2022 that almost fully confirmed that they were way more than friends.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh. Thank you for joining me today. We are discovering a brand new family today, OKBaby. Now, I talked yesterday about how I want to do a series on families that use injuries and hospital visits and all this kind of stuff for clickbait. And this is one of those families that kind of like started this whole thing.
Now, from my very limited understanding, he generally covers anti-family vlog content, and I imagine that there are various opinions about some of his content that I haven't watched, so that's not the focus of this doc. We're just here to cover the information that came out around OKBaby. So, Dad Challenge Podcast would basically react to their vlogs, condemn Kyra and Oscar for using their kids for content, and of course, he discussed their breakup video with some very strong opinions.
These are one of the most negligent set of parents I've ever seen in my life.
In the midst of all of this, cheating speculation, an anonymous source provided him with one of the wildest twists in this entire saga. Honestly, y'all, okay. Let's be so real right now. Like, some of the stuff I'm about to share is so unhinged, and I think there's only one way that I'm going to be able to get through this. So, Petty University, roll the intro. On May 20th, 2022, the Dad Challenge hosted a video titled, How Long Was Kyra from OKBaby Cheating on Oscar? Preston and Kyra in Vegas Getting Dirty, where he detailed strong allegations from an anonymous source that Kyra and Preston were not only dating, but using dating apps to proposition women for threesomes in Las Vegas. What in the whole grain GTA 6? It all started out with screenshots of a chat between the anonymous source and Preston himself that took place on the Bumble dating app around April 21st, only a month after Preston's alleged divorce filing against Hannah. And the Bumble chat wasn't just a hey, with 3 Ys, like hey. These messages were something straight out of the Beneath the Sheets podcast, aka Beneath the Cesspool. Let's take a quick little read, shall we? Quote, hi. Did you read profile? Yes. You interested? We are. Are you? Which I think that they thought was like, where are you? Because they respond, paradise, where are you? Then get back to, yes, I am. Now, Preston responds, we are staying at the Wynn. Are you free tomorrow night? And our sexy source says, sounds fun. Tonight? So clearly communication may not be their most valuable asset. LOL, JK, LOL, I cannot believe that I'm here. Allegedly, Preston provided this exclusive photo of him and Kyra in Vegas. Exclusive meaning this pic had not been posted anywhere online that people could find. And this photo of Preston and Kyra smiling arm in arm gave this whole story a whole lot of credibility because again, at the time, that photo couldn't be found anywhere else. How the hell would this source have this photo if they weren't that sexy someone? Turns out what happens in Vegas happens all over the internet, leading to the downfall of your channel or something like that. And the receipts don't stop there. This anonymous, sexy, sussy source took screenshots of another text message exchange with Preston and messages directly from Kyra. So, you know, viewer discretion is advised. From Preston's phone, Kyra allegedly writes, "Hi, baby girl. Just getting time to respond myself. Let's grab drinks and show you what rough really feels like. Hot sweltering emoji. Kyra, I miss the person I was before reading that out loud." And again, all of this could just be conjecture, except the thing is, the timeline perfectly matched up with this bikini hotel mirror pic Kyra posted to her Instagram story with a Las Vegas geotag on April 21st. Why in the Michael B. Jordan on toast would you ever geotag your fucking affair, allegedly? Well, technically, okay, this is after she split with Oscar and Preston divorced Hannah. I mean, they couldn't possibly have hooked up while they were still in relationships and cheated on their partners, right? Right?
Do you guys look at her buttholes during doggy style?
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Now, this Bumblebee source allegedly told DC the whole story of their night with Preston and Kyra, which revealed an even bigger twist in the cheating scandal. And no, I don't mean the part about where they stupidly thought what happens in Vegas stays there.
So she said, yeah, we just started talking. They were relatively nice, and we were getting a little bit more drunk, and we're starting to ask some questions like, how long you guys been together? And this is where this kind of bombshells. Ready? Kyra said that her and Preston had been together for over 8 months. Doing the math. You're doing the math, right? Yeah. The We Broke Up video was 4 months ago. I started looking into this story because someone told me, she's like, do you know who that was? Because her friend picked her up. And she's like, no. And then her friend told her who it was. She started digging in and realizing who she was. And then she saw my video about the breakup and everything else. And then she said she started getting a little bit upset.
But if we believe this anonymous source's story, that means Kyra and Preston had been dating since September 2021, well before Kyra and Oscar broke up. Could that be the situationship that he said really hurt him? And this was also long before Hannah and Preston filed for divorce, and definitely while the Beneath the Sheets podcast was still going strong with clips like this from around that time.
If you've always wanted to have a threesome, but you'd rather like ease yourself into it, like pretend you're having it with a ghost. So like our little buddy.
Oh no.
Oh yes. With all this new speculation swirling around, Kyra posted a response on her Instagram story, vehemently denying all of the quote-unquote rumors. Quote, hearing about a bunch of wildly fun rumors after my breakup is comical. I'm so sorry to anyone who has come across any negative things about me or my family. All I will say regarding this is that some people will do anything in their power to try to bring others down, be that through rumors, lies, or anything else they can get their hands on. It's not worth my time to defend every single thing said about me, but I will say this. Regardless of if you want to believe it or not, I did not and have never cheated on Oscar. I've never cheated on anyone in my entire life. As you can see by my actions, if I'm not happy, I will leave. I will also say what is being said about me on the internet is so far-fetched, most of it an outright lie. Believe it or not, people in my real life are doing well. Who I date, when I date will never be made public until way down the road. You don't bring them home to mama on the first date. It's ironic how so many people say they are worried for my kids, but the only thing harming or embarrassing them is the drama and rumors that these exact same people are creating and spreading, end quote. Now, besides the one astonishing anonymous alleged first-person account of Kyra and Preston fooling around in Vegas, there was no other credible evidence that they were seeing each other. So at the end of the day, those are just claims, and if they're false, that is very messed up. But one user pointed out that you can hear what they believe to be Preston's voice in the background of one of Kyra's vlogs posted that June.
Hold this around you so it doesn't.
Cool. Ah, it's cool.
Yes, there is.
No. you're not crazy. That kind of sounded like any generic man's voice. But if it were Preston, that means they were happily spending time together, taking care of the kids, and even possibly living together.
It's his sun sign. I know you're a Scorpio. Do you know your, what is it called?
My sign?
Your sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Are we compatible on the, according to the
I'm not really
sun
big
of the
on
gods?
that stuff, so.
Now, the speculation was running rampant, and even more, shall we say, exuberant sleuths speculated that the socks Kyra was wearing in an Instagram post, yes, the socks on her feet, the socks were from the same pack of socks that Preston was seen wearing on the group podcast back in January.
That Preston was wearing during the podcast that are a 4-pack for $100, these socks. They're so specific. And she's wearing part of the pack of the socks that someone pointed out. It was in, I'll see if I can put the photos up if I have them here.
Y'all, I can't believe that this is a sentence that came out of my mouth. We have now reached the part of the plot where packs of socks are getting interrogated, okay? It's also, side note, for $100 for a 6-pack of socks in this economy.
That's why we pay top dollar, we pay our top coins for these designer items, right?
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. That's a little callback to a Susspool video I recently posted on my second channel. If you aren't subscribed, honey, what are you waiting for? We're so very unhinged over there. Welcome to the chaos. We know we need this in our lives, the $1,400 shoes that literally look like the patio furniture that's been rotting on your aunt's porch for 25 years. But for real, okay? We're talking about socks. Socks in the city?
The man is over 30 and single. There's something wrong with him. It's Darwinian. They're being weeded out from propagating the species.
Are people reaching, or is this a valid connection that Kyra and Preston are sharing foot blankets? Because the distance between Oscar and Kyra was certainly growing as the months passed, and people don't be sharing socks like that. It's nasty, and I will not come down from this hill.
I got time.
You're not still dating that girl?
Nah, she only liked me for my socks.
That's weird.
Is it?
So around the whole, man's voice gate thing, it was summer of 2022, more than 6 months since Kyra and Oscar ended things. So it wouldn't be surprising if she had moved on and found somebody's new socks to wear, but also enough time had passed for things to start feeling really awkward over on the OKBaby YouTube channel. And that summer, Oscar and Kyra made another breakup video. This one ended things between them in a more official way. They announced that it was time to finally say a bye-bye to OKBaby.
That December was the beginning of the end, but truthfully, you wouldn't want to believe it.
OKBaby, class dismissed.
We've kind of been holding on to this channel for as long as we could, but I think it's time we make it official. Yeah, we've got a couple things coming up. We're getting ready to go our separate ways as much as we can. Pretty much the only thing holding us together is the kids from now on.
At this point in Kyra and Oscar's journey, they were both 26 years old, discovering a real sense of adulthood without each other, and they found themselves emotionally and physically separated. They were living in different homes, sharing custody of the kids, and posting independently on their own YouTube channels.
I want to start uploading again, and I wanted my first video back to kind of just be like a chatty video. I thought I would answer some questions, but I'm not going to answer relationship questions, friendship questions, or like breakup questions. Like we're moving on. But again, if you type that question, you're wasting your energy and time, and also mine.
Point taken. Don't ask her about her situationships. So their shared family vlog, once a living record of their public growth and love story, still existed out in the wild until they began privating videos and eventually took the entire channel down after announcing that they were closing the OKBaby chapter for good.
We've kind of been holding on to this channel for as long as we could, but I think it's time we make it official. Yeah, we've got a couple things coming up. We're getting ready to go our separate ways as much as we can. Pretty much the only thing holding us together is the kids from now on.
We are going as far away from each other as we can, except for the kids. Oh, this is bad. She's literally crying right now. This starts off with her crying and he's over it. So I'm willing to guess there was some type of fight that happened right before this.
Plan is to make 2 more videos. There's gonna be like our final season. I wish we could have ended like on a happier note. Maybe had a couple like of happy videos in between. I mean, there have been a couple, but how are you feeling about it? I know, and that's probably emotional. Well, It's just a weird situation. Like, I don't know. And
yeah, it's a weird situation. She's been lying about a lot of stuff. Whether it was an affair or not, to immediately pivot to your best friend's man and also his friend who he had in his home, that's a diabolical type of thing to do.
It's like, I think we both know it's what's best, and that's why we're doing it ultimately, but I think that it's been dragged on, if you will, when we both have known it's probably going to come to an end for a while, but because it's definitely not easy. I mean, this has been, besides each other and our kids, this has been the biggest part of our life for
the last 7 years, dude, damn.
It's interesting that in this breakup video, breaking up the channel, that she's crying here and emotional. She's crying and emotional for the career change, the channel change, but she was very much giggling and laughing and, you know, the humiliation stuff in the relationship breakup.
I mean, I think that the only thing that keeps me afloat at this point is knowing that we both still are doing YouTube. And, like, you know, I have a YouTube channel and he has a YouTube channel. Yeah. It's kind of just gonna go there.
It's all about the content. It's like they're still performing. That September, Kyra packed up what was left of her things, including a whole ass washing machine.
What the Oscar, didn't Kyra already move out? And yeah, she did, you guys, but secretly behind closed doors, Kyra and I have been trying to work things out, and so she brought some of her stuff back. Could you imagine, dude? The internet would go insane if that was the reality. Listen, all jokes aside, I know you can take it, but what am I supposed to wash laundry with for the next month?
I told you to do it at my place. I'll do it for you.
You do it for me? Oh my God, you should have taken these like 2 months ago. What is your deal?
And was officially out of the home she shared with Oscar for good.
Having her pack up all her stuff was supposed to make me feel better, but all it's done is made me feel worse.
Now, while Oscar and Kyra kept vlogging independently, Hannah and Preston were nowhere to be seen, except allegedly Preston on Las Vegas Bumble, but you know, allegedly, speculation, allegedly, blah, blah, blah. So the first real evidence of Kyra and Preston together finally dropped in yet another really sketchy way. So, you know, way to stay on brand. In October 2022, a stranger took a grainy zoomed in video of them hand in hand, I guess, attending a friend's wedding together. Okay, wait, let's pause this. This video is so grainy, it's giving Bigfoot sighting, but I mean, that's definitely Preston and a white woman with a blonde bob and facial structure that kind of looks like Kyra, I guess. But with all this speculation and a Gossip Girl style spotted maps, and if they were just at that wedding as friends, then why in the world would you go to a wedding with your best friend's ex-partner?
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
So remember earlier when Kyra was like, I'm not going to answer any relationship questions, don't even ask.
I'm not going to answer relationship questions.
Well, Kyra eventually had no choice but to address the rumors because how the hell are you with your best friend's recently divorced ex-husband? Possibly waiting strategically until exactly 1 year after her breakup with Oscar, she posted this Instagram story confirming everything. Quote, Hannah and I are no longer friends, although I truly love her and I think she's one of the best people to ever walk this planet. My breakup video is a very, very hard video for me because I was trying to cover all the emotions I was feeling by not feeling and laughing, and by doing so, it was appearing heartless and truthfully just overall horrible, which I do 100% believe is not an accurate representation of my character, and I'm sorry for those of you that it hurt. I am dating Preston, and we have been seeing each other since March of this year. Sometimes friends that are there for you in tough situations turn into more. Well, at this point, it was all finally out in the open. But what really stands out to me about this statement is how she refers to Hannah as, quote, one of the best people to ever walk the planet. But she completely stabbed her in the back, was likely having an affair, and stole her partner. So by Kyra's logic, that must make her one of the worst people to walk this planet.
Okay, let's say that Oscar cheated on me and got with this woman, and then they got together. She would know in the back of her mind that he cheated on me. I hope she realizes she's not about that.
Yeah,
like he could possibly cheat on her too.
Yeah, like you're cheating with somebody in a relationship, and they're willing to cheat on that person, so
why wouldn't they cheat on you?
Why would it? Yeah,
and you can think you're a diamond in the rough, but go to therapy, get out of your mindset, because that's not true. Like, you can't, if somebody's willing to cheat on somebody else, I have a hard time believing they wouldn't do it again. You actually went and slept with somebody else while you were like married to another person.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. So anyways.
Out of all 4 billion men walking the burning planet, she had to go for her best friend's man. It's honestly kind of disgusting.
How do you know that you found the right person for you? That is like I wish I could tell you how, but like you just know. Like you can just feel, if you feel like you can be yourself, if you feel like you're happy, if you feel like you're getting everything and like your needs are being fulfilled, then that's the right person. But if every day you're like, oh, I wish they were like this. Oh, I wish they did this. Oh, I wish I was able to do this without them being upset or not liking it, whatever. And if like the cons are outweighing the pros, even if it's subconsciously. Then.
Yeah, I think that you have to like build a friendship with the person that you're with.
Fucking diabolical.
Once you've been with somebody for so long, I'm like, there's got to be rules, of course. I do think that you can't just like sleep with a friend. It can't be like someone you know.
Yeah, that makes it too personal and too likely for things to evolve from it. I feel like
it's probably it's if there's a chance it could end bad, it's not worth the risk, which is why we never have.
In that post, Kyra fessed up that she started dating Preston in March. But if that anonymous Vegas source from earlier was telling the truth, then we know they were seeing each other long before March, because that's the same month the Beneath the Sheets podcast went dark. This confirmation also started to paint a clearer image of what exactly Kyra and Oscar might have been alluding to in their breakup video.
I've done nothing. Like besides some attitude here and there. And comforting another guy because he was sad. Please clarify that I wasn't cheating.
Yeah, you weren't cheating.
Plain and simple, the situation Kyra and Preston caused was tragic for Hannah and Oscar. And again, to come back to that perspective that we discussed, they're adults and fully responsible for their actions. And in the same breath, I'm also wondering how much of this could have also, be attached to Kyra and Oscar's unique development years as teenage parents, and how much of this is Kyra continuing to humiliate Oscar. I don't know.
We're a family. We're a unit. This right here is what a team looks like. Sure, we fight. Sure, we argue. Sure, sometimes we don't want to hang out with each other. But we always love each other. Isn't that right? That's right.
If we're being fair, and y'all know I'm going to present multiple perspectives, I'm going to play a little devil's advocate, I think there's a real possibility that Oscar and Kyra never really had the chance to explore themselves or other relationships when they were younger, the way many of us do. And all the while they were performing and kind of tap dancing for the camera. They thought they had control over it, but as they grew up, parenting 4 kids, they most likely realized they either didn't have control or they were growing into very different people than when they started, which is also very natural. Yes, Kyra ended up making some terribly poor decisions that deeply hurt the people around her and broke up her own family, which will have lasting impacts on those kids that they brought into this world. Some of this is simply part of the messy process of becoming an adult. Now, as you can imagine, of course, the public news of Preston and Kyra being together sent waves of public attention towards Oscar, who seemed to be dealing with it, as well as you could, at least in front of the camera.
I wish them the best. I hope they do their thing. If anything, if they had a bad relationship, that's gonna affect my kids because they're around my kids. So I hope the best for them. I hope everything goes well. And yeah, that's really it. I got no hate.
And Kyra was confronted with an onslaught of comments from viewers who started seeing her in a new light as a man-stealer and a backstabber.
But I am embarrassed. I hate that it's him.
As the new year 2023 rolled around, Kyra and Oscar even started posting more videos together that had more of a YouTube collab vibe than an ex-betrayed partners vibe, which left many people confused.
Lily's got a parent-teacher conference today. Lily's gonna watch the kids while Kyra and I go do that. Are you ready though, girl?
So ready. Levi's so excited. I was never excited for that, so it's weird that he's so moved.
That means he's doing great. I love that.
I think realistically, we're likely looking at 2 adults who became parents when they weren't emotionally ready, and there's likely resentment happening on both sides, as well as the desire for others to be more supportive. Kyra and Oscar even started to open up and talk about this major life adjustment even more in early 2023 Q&A videos together.
Question number 1.
How do you feel about Kyra's new boyfriend?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I was definitely shocked at first. It was definitely an adjustment. I wouldn't say it caught me off guard.
Wait, pause the video. Pause, because when Oscar edited this Q&A, he answered the question more truthfully with on-screen text. So he wrote, quote, "At first I felt anger and betrayed, but over time I realized that those feelings were only hurting myself. So it was time to get over them and adjust accordingly in order to benefit myself and all parties involved." Now, was he scared to be honest in front of Kyra? Was he playing it diplomatically for the sake of his kids? For the camera? Whatever the case may be, this man was clearly still reeling from the scandal, and understandably so.
I wouldn't say it caught me off guard,
but kinda.
Yeah, but definitely. It's just weird because of who it was. Truthfully, if she dated anybody else, I wouldn't care. The positives of it have been that the kids were already comfortable with him, already kind of knew him, and so the transition into that was a little easier, which is kind of nice, but it was still really, really awkward and uncomfortable.
Do you feel like it's better?
Yeah. I feel like our friendship isn't there anymore, but hey, that's what it has to be. It's just, yeah, you guys are doing your thing.
About a month after their Q&A, I guess Kyra felt the air had been sufficiently cleared of her adultery gases because she finally made the biggest relationship move an influencer can. She posted a photo of Preston to her Instagram grid with a sassy little caption saying, quote, "London's always been known for their hot tea." Now, I think that's what you call a hard launch. Or is it a soft launch? Is it a medium? It's a medium launch, okay? We'll go with medium firmness, okay? Pun intended. Only a month later, she posted a vlog announcing they bought a whole ass house together. Well, I guess that answers the hard versus soft question.
As many of you guys probably noticed by the title, we bought a house. Now, this was very unplanned and very unexpected, but really the perfect opportunity and just something we truly couldn't pass up.
That's not generally something you do after only dating a year, on the heels of an alleged affair, which makes me believe even more that they were secretly dating behind Hannah and Oscar's backs. And of course, wouldn't you know, Kyra and Preston got engaged in July 2023 with engagement photos that looked eerily similar to the ones she took with Oscar. That's right, friends. Everyone's had that phrase wrong the whole damn time. It's not first comes love, then comes marriage. It's first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes hooking up with your wife's best friend allegedly, then comes divorce, then comes love, then comes buy a house, then comes marriage, then comes do it all for the vlog. Didn't you know? Keep up, babe.
A ring. A lot of people are asking if this is the type of ring that I want. It's obviously pearl. I'll put better pictures here on the screen that you guys can see, but it's pearl.
Yes, then comes vlog, because no relationship is complete without being monetized and observed by the entire universe.
It became stupid, and regardless of how long it's been, it just came like so clear and so stupid of me not to do it. I felt like I'm stupid if I don't do this.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing this
You would
girl.
have been.
Yeah, basically anything I want, you have.
And wouldn't you know it, the comments have been turned off on both these videos. Why, might you ask? Because as you can imagine, a lot of her viewers were watching all of this bubbly romance unfold from Hannah's point of view. Remember Hannah, the woman who got screwed by her ex-husband and her best friend? So during the past year, Hannah had been laying low, I'm sure, in complete shock and traumatized by all the heartbreak. That kind of blow would do serious damage to anyone's trust issues. But when the engagement parade came to town, she had enough and finally posted something. In July 2023, the same month Preston and Kyra got engaged, Hannah posted this fortune teller filter TikTok, which she's using copyrighted music, so I'm just gonna narrate this. So it's a filter on her face that says, "The person you love is," with a bunch of possible outcomes flying past when it suddenly lands on falling in love with your best friend. I think Hannah has been the most mature person in this entire story because through all of the betrayal, she stayed chronically offline.
Do you guys miss her? You were really close. That's a good question. Absolutely. I think that, like, you know, you only come across people like her occasionally in life. And, like, truthfully, you know, I think about her often, and I really do miss like our friendship and stuff, but I also am a big believer in everything happens for a reason.
Kyra and Preston's fantasy land continued to escalate fast in their relationship, and in January 2023, Kyra and Preston eloped and were officially married.
The kids will definitely be part of our elopement, and then we'll have like 2, 3, or 4 other people. We haven't formally decided on that. We did just pick our wedding planner.
And all that fairy tale romance eventually led to, if you can believe it, baby number 5 for Kyra. God bless her. In May 2024, Kyra stepped back into the ring of pregnancy, announcing she was having Preston's baby in classic OKBaby fashion with a vlog.
Oh my God. You guys.
I can't even begin to imagine how Hannah and Oscar must feel watching the two of them so emotional and happy to bring another child into the world. That must have felt like a knife straight to the heart. But at the very least, it at least seems like Preston and Kyra look happy about the news, which is ultimately what we hope for. Happy parents, so, you know, the baby is loved. I will say though, just to be a little petty, because, you know, here I am, okay? They posted this strange video of Preston painting the words baby number 5 on Kyra's stomach in green paint, which just really kind of rubbed me all kinds of weird, considering it's Preston's first child. It just kind of feels like it's effectively erasing Oscar from the family narrative. I get that it's Kyra's 5th, but it's his first, and I don't know, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, I feel like, I don't know.
So interesting that people get a high off of like, maybe let's sign up for 18 years.
No, that's me. I'm like, oh my God, you want to try and make a kid? Okay, let's go. Now, do all the things.
That's funny.
You're not even listening. Preston, come on. I'm into that.
Into what? Oh, the
breeding.
Tell her you want a baby and she'll be ready.
He does, and then, or he's like, should we maybe, oh, it's Mother's Day.
This performative pregnancy announcement was a breaking point for Hannah. So she had enough and posted a not so passive aggressive TikTok using audio from one of their podcast episodes, throwing some deep cut shade at Kyra and Preston using her own words against her.
To me, when I think of like I think of like homewrecker. That is what to me, that is somebody who deserves all the shaming in the world.
Yeah,
even not happy. Like, if they're not happy in a relationship, that is not your job, Miss Sophie, to swoop in and try to fuck the guy till he figures it out. Like,
to swoop in? I'm sorry. Have I been summoned?
to swoop in and try to fuck the guy till he figures it out. Like, no, that's not good either.
Not it.
Yeah, you need like. That is a different type of situation.
It's truly wild how Kyra could so surely condemn home wrecking to Hannah and then turn around and wreck her home. And Hannah's revenge arc didn't stop there. Oh no, it did not. Trust me when I say this shit gets unhinged. In one of the boldest moves in online beef history, Hannah Hawker posted an 8-minute long poem, or written diss track rather, called The Diary of Hannah Hawker, Poetic Justice, a poem inspired by Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria. Seriously, I'm not joking. Let the robot tell you.
The Diary of Hannah Hawker, Poetic Justice, a poem inspired by Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria.
Okay, so Hannah's a Kendrick stan. Respect. I'm pretty sure that he never envisioned the affairs of, white YouTube podcasters to be the inspiration for a 1997 style notebook diss track, but I'm here for it. Come on, Miss Hannah.
Her follower count getting neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The family vlogger we once knew is looking desperate and now spiraling.
Okay, y'all, listen, I'm not gonna subject you to 8 minutes straight of a robot voice diss track because, one, that would be 8 minutes of
a pathetic master manipulator. I've kept quiet for a while. You're not an influencer, you're a homewrecker with the hope of being accepted.
Listen, y'all know this is absolutely no shade at all to Hannah. I love this lick back for her. She deserves every minute of it.
I know you're a master manipulator and a habitual liar too. Reddit may tell lies about me, but they do tell truths about you.
Now, there's a lot of extra verbiage. It's meant to kind of fill in the copied rhyme scheme of Kendrick, so I'll skip through that and just, cut to the chase, go to the basic 4 points, because it really does target the things we've all been suspecting, which you can now probably guess. Number 1, Kyra, you're a liar.
A pathetic master manipulator.
Number 2, Kyra, you're a cheater. Number 3, Kyra, on top of being a cheater, you're also a homewrecker. And number 4, Kyra, the only skill you possess is getting pregnant.
I broke up with my ex-girl. Here's a number. Psych, that's the wrong number.
And then there's some bonus stuff about Hannah being in Florida on the beach. You know, just a little flex. We see you, girl.
Okay, bitch, let's play. Have you ever been betrayed, lied to with a poker face? Have you ever lost $20,000 because of a basket case? Well, I have, and replaced them both, so I came out straight.
Even if it is a paint-by-numbers copy of a famous piece of art originally created by one of 8 Pulitzer Prize-winning Black poets, I can get behind this.
E-daddy a loser, you're having his junior. They must have forgot the shit that they've done. Dipshit starting a family. Watch it get shaky. Feel bad for your son.
Naps? All right. I'll take that.
Now, besides the 4 main points, there are a few honorable mentions I'd like to point out as well. Hannah thinks that Kyra got her followers to pay for her, the twins, the job, the girls, which she got after she left Oscar when she was with Preston. JoJo Siwa randomly took a stray. Dad Challenge podcast got a shout out. And one more. Hannah says that Kyra is sad and smelly and references her farts. On top of this super hot fire diss track, Hannah also posted an Indiegogo link asking for donations to help cover the matching tattoos she got with Kyra, writing, quote, "As some of you may know, I have a few matching tattoos that were once symbols of friendship but now serve as painful reminders of betrayal and heartache. While those memories hold significance, they're ones I'm ready to release and distance myself from. Covering up these tattoos isn't just about a physical transformation, it's about reclaiming my story and letting go of a chapter that no longer serves me." And with an initial goal of $400, Hannah ended up raising over $3,000.
People care about you being with P since P was your best friend's husband. I do think a lot of the reason that people are upset is because, yes, of who I ended up with. He was single when I started effing him, because truthfully that's how it started. Were you not friends with her when it happened? Being a shitty friend and so getting with him, yes.
Now, before we continue, there's something that's been kind of bothering me with this story, and it's something that I haven't really heard covered when it comes to Kyra and Oscar. So we need to have a quick sidebar about the reality of teen pregnancy and the often extreme risks and dark challenges that underdeveloped teenage parents like Oscar and Kyra can face. Now, y'all know with every Swoop doc, I like to have, like a quick sidebar moment where we can sort of peel back from the story and get a little more perspective. Again, that point counterpoint, play devil's advocate, and exercise our critical thinking. It's part of what makes our community so incredible. So while so much of the controversies around this story are in many ways kind of diabolical and very shocking, I think a little more context around teen parents in general might open up some of the way that we view at least part of Kyra and Oscar's relationship. And a quick heads up, there will be some reference to self-harm and abuse, nothing graphic. Now, early life pregnancy can place teens in dire mental health circumstances at significantly greater risks of abuse and violence and self-harm, all before they've ever had the chance to even figure out who they are. The Congressional Research Service stated that, quote, "Teenage mothers and fathers tend to have less education and are more likely to have lower incomes than their peers who are not parents. Moreover, levels of education reduce teen parents' potential for economic self-sufficiency. Children of adolescent parents are also more likely to face certain adverse health and social outcomes, such as preterm birth and other child morbidities." And it goes beyond just finances and social self-image. Being a teen parent or a teen mom can actually put young women in physical danger outside of the pregnancy itself.
Very sadly, suicidal ideations happen in 5 to 14% of women during pregnancy, in adolescence, and the postpartum period. And teenagers are at a greater risk than older women to complete suicide.
The Comprehensive Behavioral Health Center reported, quote, "Teen mothers and parents are more likely to encounter trauma and even violent Exposure to these negative events increase the risk a teenage parent will develop PTSD. A recent study revealed teen mothers have suffered 7 times the abuse or maltreatment when compared to the rest of the population. Research indicates many teen mothers will experience traumatic events, including physical violence, abuse from a parent or family member, jail or prison, traumatic loss. And even more heartbreaking, quote, teenage mothers are also 200 to 300% more likely to be abused at the hands of their partner or a family member.
Mothers are more likely to live in poverty and receive public assistance for long periods. And they are also at risk for intimate partner violence.
And the risks for mental health difficulties unfortunately also go up too, including higher risk of struggling with postpartum depression than adult moms, and lower self-esteem and awful sleep deprivation. All of these factors significantly impact normal brain development, especially in such young years.
A new study is suggesting that postpartum depression is linked to changes in the brain during pregnancy. And they found women who had symptoms of postpartum depression had size increases in 2 areas of the brain that are key in processing and regulating emotions.
Researchers Hennepin Healthcare found that, quote, teens ranging from 15 to 19 years old experience postpartum depression at a rate that was twice as high as people aged 25 and older. Now, pregnancy aside, suicide is already one of the leading causes of death among teens in America. It's frankly a mental health epidemic, and the rates of self-harm among teen parents are tragic. Brigham Young University reported that, quote, in 2017, 9.5% of mothers under age 19 were suicidal, compared to 1.9% of mothers aged 19 to 26 and 0.3% of mothers over 26. Now, the bleak realities of teen pregnancy, while thankfully, don't affect everyone, remember, no group is a monolith, but these statistics overall regarding mental health decline in any form potentially offer valuable insight into what may have contributed to Oscar and Kyra's breakup or tensions in their relationship.
Today we're gonna try something different with the vlog. I'm kind of over what we've been doing, just the same thing every day.
The platform, offered them a larger world to inhabit, a chance to earn a substantial income to support themselves and their children, and find a sense of purpose beyond, just parenting alone. And as much as I don't like, again, the idea of family vloggers who make, their kids the central focus of their content, to offer a counterpoint, I do in some way understand why they turned to vlogging and how it's possible that as teen parents whose own brains, again, were still developing in an era where family vlogging was newer at the time, I can see more of their potential perspective for doing it. At the same time, though, that doesn't make their kids any safer. So with all of this information, I think it's important to underscore that while, yes, Kyra and Oscar's relationship has been riddled with controversies, and they are, at the end of the day, responsible for their actions, they are adults, getting pregnant as teens, even teen adults, and Kyra giving birth 4 times in 5 years, I think will absolutely have had an impact on her own mental, emotional development.
Did you know she's having a baby? There's a baby here.
Whoa, he's like, whoa, where'd that come from? This is a bit much.
The
Do you
next
see the
time we
weird
see
belly
her,
button?
There's another sissy in here. Is there another sissy in here?
Yeah.
None of us know the full extent of any outside support that they may or may not have had, and even though I'm speculating here, I think it's fair to think that this has impacted them in ways that they might not even fully realize. If you throw in an unhealthy dose of family vlogging and exploiting the kids for profit, and you have a ticking time bomb of disaster that can blow at any moment, and sadder still, it not only impacts them, but also their kids' development.
Stop damaging your children's mental health and emotional well-being. Their priority is their audience.
I don't know, what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. I just wanted to share a little bit of that perspective that we can, take into consideration, again, bring some a little human perspective, to be fair. Do you think that the age of a vlogger dictates how they should be viewed? Yes, they are going to, there are going to be manipulations, betrayals. But I also think that along with that accountability should come some compassion for where they came from. If not so much for, the grown adults that they are now, but for the teens they once were. Babies having babies. I don't think that aspect can be ignored. I just do want to say, if you or anyone you know are struggling, whether you're navigating mental health challenges, struggling with self-harm, or ending life ideations, abuse, DV, I want to remind you once again, you are valid, you are worthy, and you are absolutely not alone in this. Even though I know some of you, when you heard me say that, immediately thought in your head, screw off, I'm totally alone, screw off, you don't get it. Trust me, I get it more than I can even go into. There are free resources to help, like the Jed Foundation, rain.org, and the Trevor Project, with extensive helpful information, guides, videos, people to talk to, and so much more, all there to help you. You do not have to go through this alone. I mean that. I want to be a reminder in your life. If I'm the only one in your life who says this, then I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna be obnoxious about it. I'm gonna say it, that it's okay. If you don't feel okay, it's okay. And it's okay to share what you're feeling. It's okay to ask for help. You do not have to be tough all the time. That feeling of that concrete in your chest, you do not have to carry that pressure forever. I know that you will find that healing, and I see you. I just want to be someone to tell you that I see you, and thank you for just being here. Okay. Let's shake off some of the seriousness, and let's get back to the story, and a little more petty. After the fallout from the diss track, Kyra continued happily posting on her individual vlogging channel featuring Preston more as she ramped up her content output during her pregnancy.
Hi, honey. Are you excited?
I am so excited.
With her new man and the new baby coming, Kyra Renee was back to her old ways, reliving her OKBaby peak days, but now with a new man who definitely did not have the same camera riz as Oscar.
Kyra is editing a video right now, but she's kind of having a lot of contractions. I've been struggling for about the past hour, but she just kind of timed her app and it basically said like you need to go to the hospital, so we're kind of waiting it out. She's gonna try to finish editing the video. Right now I am gonna pack. We don't have the duffel bag because we're gonna get it for our baby shower, which is in 2 weeks.
Oscar was doing something similar on his own channel. He'd found a new 21-year-old girlfriend who also has a child of her own, and together they've been vlogging their lives in the same way.
Alright, that's that. I'm dressed now. Oh, babe, you look good. She's matching with Levi. She's Nezuko, Levi's Tandro. Okay, let's go.
Thankfully, finally, they have both stopped showing their kids' faces on camera, which is actually fantastic for the kids. I think I can guess what inspired that choice.
We turn now to the parenting influencer charged with child. Ruby Franke is set to appear in court today, and we're now hearing the 911 call that led to her arrest.
Now, in August 2023, you maybe remember, Ruby Franke of 8 Passengers was arrested, and family vloggers were catching a lot of heat in the public for exploiting their kids for content. Only a month later, Kyra posted this video explaining her big decision to no longer show her kids' faces in vlogs.
As I'm sure so many of you guys, if not everybody, has noticed, I do not show the kids anymore. I've absolutely loved sharing my kids' life on the internet, and I do not regret any of it. Am I doing it because I believe that I'm exploiting my children? No. Truthfully, it's not that deep, it's not that serious. I simply just feel like it's the right time to make my content about me.
Now, apart from her saying that she has no regrets, this big decision for self-preservation must have been a co-parenting conversation between Kyra and Oscar, because he also started putting emojis over his kids' faces around the same time. But
Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas!
Either way, I don't care. I'm just glad their kids are safer. To this day, Kyra still posts vlogs almost weekly about her experience as a mom and continues, to make that like clickbait stuff with her newborn baby. Recently, Kyra went on the Don't Worry, I'll Ask podcast to tell her side of the story of what transpired over the past 4 years, which is
essentially 3 years ago, I was fired from my job. I was so happy. I felt like finally, with so many different areas, like not just a breakup that had happened, everything's gonna just be great now. And then it was so the opposite. Yeah. And that was like, hey, that's not how that was supposed to work out,
And yeah, She continued to skirt responsibility over her new relationship with Preston and continued to spin the narrative about her friend breakup with Hannah.
Once we did get close, that was already after both of us had separated from our relationships because we bonded, I guess.
Trauma
kind of feels
bonding.
Like,
Trauma bonding.
over the fact that, which sounds so ridiculous and like self-pity, but like over being the bad guys. Like, okay, you get it. Like, I never recommended him to leave her.
Yeah, he's not like, Kyra, should we break up? And you're like, yeah, please. By the way.
And there was
come
even
help me build
actually
this
a
bed.
point where she came over to my house and he was there and we were already sleeping together. And
Did she know?
yeah, I had many conversations with her about sleeping with him.
What do those conversations look like? Where it's like, hey, I'm sleeping with your ex-husband.
Weird.
Well, at least we'll always have Hannah's diss track as the soundtrack of this very messy, very scandalous, sometimes also very human story of the complexities of teenage love that morphs into ways you can never really see coming. Oh, child, that was so much to unpack. I think we made a bit of a little kitty palate cleanser, so excuse the tone shift, and then I'll conclude with my final thoughts. Friends, the brand new Worthy and the brand new Cesspool collection have officially dropped in my shop just in time for the holidays, so you can tap my link below and in the pinned comment to grab your pieces. These come straight from my heart with a lot of love. There is so much chaos in the world, okay, Susan? So I wanted to create something positive, just a reminder that you are worthy. Yes, even Susan agrees. And thank you again for supporting me as a small business and a woman-owned business. And do tag me on your orders so that I can share, and your outfit pics so that I can share you as well. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Bluesky, all linked below. That's where I post most often. I have polls, I check in on life, and post opportunities to be featured in upcoming Swoop docs. So yes, so look out for that. Also, I have a second channel called Swoop 2, the Cesspool, with the brand new Cesspool collection. Over here, we deep dive. Over there, we skinny dip. We skinny dip into the dark waters of the unhinged Cesspool, okay? Welcome to the chaos. It's a lot of fun over there. Videos are shorter, much more casual. So welcome to the chaos. Huge thank you to our channel members. I appreciate you all so much, and to our Patreon producers. Oh my gosh, I love our Patreon community so much. Y'all just like give me this renewed energy, and I'm so thankful. We are so close to hitting 3,000 members over on Patreon. You can join for free, and there's also additional support tiers. And you can join right now for exclusive access to 4 more videos per month. Yes, I am out of my mind. I'm posting 4 additional videos per month, including the exclusive Patreon-only podcast, after-school specials, and all of that uncensored content that I can't post on this platform. I just love that for us. Also, don't miss out on my huge giveaway with Balesa. Be sure to tap my link in the description, because everyone who signs up wins a free Whisper Vibe or a free Rose suction toy with any Whisper purchase. Treat yourself, honey. You deserve it. The story of OKBaby is at its core the product of a few tragic circumstances. Most notably, the family vlogging venture Kyra and Oscar began as teenagers. The difficult challenge of their teen parenthood pushed them to monetize their children's lives, and when they finally grew up, they struggled to face the reality of what they had created. Oscar floundered, struggling at times to find himself and to show up as a more meaningful father, while Kyra continued making poor decisions, destroying her closest friendship and submerging herself and her kids in the waves of scandal. Children deserve the chance to begin adulthood on their own terms, and unfortunately, it seems like the legacy of OKBaby may linger while Kyra and Oscar continue to chase the success of a potentially bygone era. At the end of the day, I hope the families can find healing between the adults so that the rest of the family thrives and those kids grow up having a chance at developing in a way that perhaps Kyra and Oscar weren't able to when they were teens. And you know, with all of that, when all else fails, stay ready, stay petty, class dismissed. Swoop!